This guide is going to take you step by step in unlocking every achievement in Dead Rising. The easiest way to get all 50 is to break it down into a playthrough of 72-hour mode, focusing on the Frank the Pimp, PP Collector, and Zombie Genocider achievements, followed by a second playthrough of 72-hour mode, rescuing all the survivors, killing all the psychopaths, and completing the cases and going directly into overtime mode for the true ending. Finally, 14 uninterrupted hours in infinite mode for that final achievement, 7-Day Survivor. The main benefit of this first playthrough is that you can learn about the early survivor timeline without having to worry about actually bringing them back to the security room. You'll also start the next playthrough, arguably the most difficult one, the Saint playthrough, at a substantially higher level than normal. We will be rescuing survivors for the PP bonuses, but we won't bother bringing them back to the security room. This means you can just leave them to their own devices, or bring them with you into psychopath battles for a bit of extra damage or breathing room. There is an 8 survivor limit at the mall, so if there are more survivors ready to spawn, but you haven't rescued everyone, they simply will not because of that limitation. We will need to deal with these survivors to make room for the 8 female survivors for the Frank the Pimp and Tour Guide achievements. Go ahead and take out your preemptive frustrations on survivors now, before we do the Saint achievement next playthrough. You'll either get to kill them yourself, or simply leave them behind. Killing them yourself is pretty cathartic. You will have to deal with every survivor until we get the Frank the Pimp achievement, so make sure to follow along exactly. It is important. The other core aspect of this playthrough is taking pictures of PP stickers. There are 100 PP stickers throughout the mall. There's a percentage meter for how accurate your photo is for getting the sticker. Generally, I would just advise snapping one once the little pop-up is there and then moving on. Sitting there trying to get the perfect 100% photo is a waste of time and effort. We won't need the bonus 900 or so PP you'll get from framing the shot correctly, because we will get enough PP to get to the level cap easily over the course of these 3 playthroughs. It's pretty tight, but you can get every PP sticker without any backtracking. If you're not accurate or snapping photos willy-nilly, you'll have to backtrack at the end of the playthrough. Be accurate and make sure you're getting the PP sticker in frame before snapping a photo. You may have the subject in your viewfinder, but not getting credit for the sticker. Keep that in mind and make absolutely sure that you're getting credit. There's very little room for missing photographs. Finally, this playthrough is pretty intense, but does have some room for error and backtracking. You can't really mosey around too much. That being said, you should prioritize. Certain achievements like PP Collector must be done in a single playthrough. If you're feeling like you can't get everything done and need to do another playthrough to accomplish everything, make sure you finish out the ones that you've made the most progress on, that need to be done in a single playthrough. This introduction section is simply for exposition and an opportunity to learn about photography in Dead Rising. You're actually free to skip this section if you want. If you're a veteran player, you may want to do that. It does serve as an interesting set piece and some free PP opportunities. If you choose to do this segment, make sure to use all of your camera's battery. Take multiple photographs of the following events: the man on the white sedan being attacked, the school bus being swarmed by zombies, the tornado gas station that blows up, the woman being attacked on the roof and her corpse afterwards. After the woman falls, you'll be flown to the mall where Frank makes a dramatic entrance. You can talk to Carlito for some extra dialogue here if you want, but you should really just head into the door and down the stairs into the security room. Immediately take a picture of the notice board above the green bench. This is the first PP sticker out of 100. Now continue through and use the door on your right, and then follow this hallway to get into the mall. You'll be given some exposition about what's going on and be tasked with getting something to help barricade the doors. Once you regain control of Frank, you should actually ignore the suggestion for right now and instead turn around to the doors and take some pictures. There's a PP sticker on the doors to the outside. It may take a few attempts to get it here, but it's worth getting this PP sticker now due to battery limitations, which we'll see a bit later. By taking a picture of the zombies trapped in the transition, you'll likely get the group photo achievement for capturing 50 subjects in frame. That's the first achievement of 50. If you don't get it, there's a consistent way to get it shortly, so don't worry. Just do your best to get the PP sticker tagged before moving on. Turn back around and take a picture of the tent in Sports High for another PP sticker. Again, getting this one now is a good idea because of battery restrictions. Don't worry about trying to get the PP sticker to 100%, just tag it and move on. We'll be getting the majority of our PP from different sources. Make your way to the opposite side of the entrance doors to the fence. Feel free to snap some photographs of survivors here. We will be doing this in detail next playthrough, but you can unlock Portraiture now if you take a picture of every survivor in the introduction. However, make sure you have about 5 photos left. Don't go willy-nilly. Continue to the wall and you'll get a cutscene. Unfortunately, there's nothing you can do for these survivors at this point. Your goal is just to make it up the stairs. Grab the baseball bats, chips, and the garbage can on your immediate left. Now start heading back to the stairs. You can throw the garbage can at the group of zombies in front of the 3 pillars in between the staircases to clear them out. You can use the baseball bat as a fallback. On the right side of the pillars is a dead survivor who had a shotgun. Pick this up if possible, it will be helpful. If you do pick this up, do not use it until I tell you. Don't go firing willy-nilly into zombies with it. Now just avoid the zombies and head up the stairs to trigger a cutscene. Once you regain control of Frank in the security room, go ahead and head back to the green sofa to save if you want. Otherwise, grab the coffee creamers to heal if you were damaged, and take one with you. Now head to the ducts and try to leave. Otis will give you a map and the transceiver. Now leave. Consider this an introduction to rescuing survivors. Jeff and Natalie have the privilege of being rescued by us this playthrough, almost exclusively because they're close to the entrance. Jump down the duct and head to your left to find Natalie. Talk to her and get her to join you. Read the tutorial here if you want before heading back towards the duct. Now turn left and left again to find Jeff Meyer. He may be hanging out by the fence. Once Jeff sees Natalie, they'll run together, and this is an opportunity to get a big PP bonus photograph. Photograph them hugging for up to 10,000 PP. If you exceeded 1,500 PP, you'll get the achievement Photojournalist, and if you exceeded 3,000 PP, you'll get the achievement The Artiste. You should be able to collect both these achievements now, but if not, there will be several more opportunities, so don't sweat the small stuff. After the photo op, go around the elevator and look towards the parking lot. Zoom in on your camera and take a photograph of the zombies here. If you missed the group photo achievement during the introduction, this is the prime spot to get it. Zoom in on the group and take a picture. After all that, talk to Jeff and get him to join. Now take Jeff and Natalie back to the security room via the duct. On the way in, make sure you take a picture of the duct entrance. This is another PP sticker as well as being used for rescuing a set of survivors later. But not in this playthrough. Just make sure to lock it in now so we don't need to worry about it ever again. You'll be rewarded with bonus PP for the rescue. Count yourself lucky. This is the last time we're going to escort survivors back for this playthrough. Head back to the duct and exit to the rooftop. Now we're not going to do any of the cases this playthrough, but this first one is actually where we need to go anyways, so that's our current target. Since we're going for every achievement, we're going to spend some time in Paradise Plaza picking up all the clothing options for Clothes Source, and snapping pictures of the PP stickers. If you still have the baseball bat, go ahead and drop them as you head down the elevator. We're only going to use good weapons this playthrough. At the bottom, smash the mannequins that you see here. They'll blow up into various body parts. All we care about is the torso. Mannequin torsos are disproportionately powerful compared to the rest of the parts. They have good durability and will kill zombies in a single hit. They're extremely potent weapons and should be your go-to for this playthrough. Smash the mannequins and grab the 2 torsos here. You'll likely get a call from Otis here as well. It's better to just listen to these as they come, although we won't really need to answer them all until next playthrough. Once you've got your torsos, head through the warehouse to hit a cutscene where a handgun is forced into your inventory. We need to dump 1,000 bullets this playthrough, so you can get started now, or choose to pick up whatever you dropped. Make sure you have at least your shotgun if you picked it up, and 1 mannequin torso. When you're done, exit to Paradise Plaza. I hope you enjoyed taking pictures and playing dress up. The priority right now is the vast majority of PP Collector and the Clothes Horse achievements. Once you enter Paradise Plaza, immediately turn left to Shoekins and put on the shoes by the sale sign. Once you've got your sweet new kicks, turn right and take a picture of the seagull on the clock for a PP sticker. Continue towards your marker, but take a detour into Cam's camera. You'll want to head to the battery display at the back and refill them, giving you another 30 pictures. If you're using Jesse's handgun, just start unloading it at this point. You need to shoot 1,000 bullets this playthrough, so it's best that we get started now. Continue up the right side of Paradise Plaza and jump onto the planters in front of the stairs. Turn to your right and take a picture of the Kids' Choice clothing sign for another PP sticker. Now head inside and put on the kids' outfit on the front display. After, head to the back of the store to the storage closet and put on the horse mask from the boxes in the back. Head outside of Kids' Choice clothing and head right past the stairs to Universe of Optics. There are 5 displays of eyeglasses in here. Go around and put on all 5 pairs of glasses. On the way out of Universe of Optics, turn around and take a picture of the clock behind the register for another PP sticker before exiting. Cross the hallway to Canterbury's. Head to the racks on the left and put on the black shoes with purple socks. Then continue along the left side to make Frank a supreme gentleman. M'lady. Head to the other side of Canterbury's and put on the white shirt and dress pants. This is the Gregoff special. Now exit Canterbury's and head left. Cross the hallway again to reach Ye Old Toy Box. Inside, turn to your left and take a picture of the teddy bears behind the register for another PP sticker. Now head to the back and put on the bear mask. Now exit and immediately turn to your right. Take a picture of the Tyke and Tot sign for another PP sticker. Now enter it and head to the dressing room at the back of the store. Put on the green kid's shirt. Now exit Tyke and Tots looking like a complete goof. Turn right past the stairs and take a picture of the Toon Maker's sign for another PP sticker. Now head straight through to Colby's Movieland, taking a picture of the entrance on the way in for a PP sticker. Turn to your left and take a picture of the Ratman display for another PP sticker. Once you zone into Colby's, step a little bit back, turn to your right, and take a picture of the Mega Man 2 display for another PP sticker. Now head inside to Colby's Movieland, clearing out any zombies obstructing you. Inside, turn to your left and take a picture of the 4 posters under the ticket sign. They all have a PP sticker. If you're a boss, you can get a picture of all 4 with one shot. Now head to your right and take a picture of the Ratman Frisbee display for another PP sticker. Immediately turn to your left and snap a shot of the Tiki the Fox cutout for another PP sticker. Enter the merch store and take another snapshot of the second Tiki the Fox cutout for another PP sticker. Congratulations, that was the last PP sticker in Colby's Movieland, and we're a 5th of the way to the PP Collector Achievement. Then go ahead and put on the Mega Man helmet. It's one more for the clothes horse pile. If you want, you can head to the restrooms in Colby's Movieland to save. You'll probably get a call from Otis here. Feel free to answer it or not. Once you're done, we're heading back into Paradise Plaza. Head forward and take a picture of the sign to Jill's Sandwiches for another PP sticker. Now turn left and head up to the 2nd level. Enter Tucci's of Rome on your left. Take a picture of the center display for a PP sticker. Head to the right side and put on the black tank top from the racks. Then continue behind the counter and put on the black baseball cap before exiting Tucci's of Rome. Cross the hall to get to Colombian Roastmasters. Head to the wall on the right side and take a picture of the green sign for yet another PP sticker. You'll likely encounter Kent here. Ignore him. Heal yourself if you're damaged with pies or orange juice before heading out and into Marriage Makers on the right. Head into the back of the store and take a picture of the green pot in the center for a PP sticker. Exit Marriage Makers and cross the hall to Sport Trance. Grab a skateboard from the center racks if you want. Exit Sport Trance the way you came in and head to the rear stairwell. Turn left and take a picture of the large Kids' Choice clothing poster for a PP sticker. Now head down the stairs back to ground level, take the first right, and get into the lower level of Sport Trance. Put on the white shoes and socks in the first display inside the store. Then head to the cash registers and turn right to take a picture of the basketball hoops on the staircase. Now exit Sport Trance and turn left. Head back to the staircase by Kids' Choice Clothing. Climb the staircase and jump onto the alcove above the store. Be careful, but jump across each gap and follow these landings until you reach the end, where you'll find an Uzi. Pick it up and then just jump off to the ground below. You'll get the Freefall achievement here. This Uzi is exclusively for dumping ammo. Just fire it while running until you're out. Head back to Cam's camera on your right and recharge your batteries. Those PP stickers aren't going to photograph themselves. Cross them all and use the Uzi to break the window to Child's Play. Jump inside and put on the Servbot mask from the display. There's absolutely no reason we got this last, trust me, I'm a professional. Now head to the large Servbot statue and take a picture of its head for another PP sticker. Now head out the actual entrance to Child's Play and snap a photo of the cutout under players for another PP sticker. Go ahead and take a quick detour back to Cam's camera to restock your batteries before heading back to the 2nd level of Paradise Plaza. Here you should grab orange juice if you need it and then jump off the railing and grab the sword from the awning. We're all done in Paradise Plaza for Clothes Horse and PP Collector. You can take another quick detour to Colby's Movieland to save if you want before heading out to Leisure Park. Thankfully, there's not much to do in Leisure Park, especially compared to Paradise Plaza, but there are a few more PP stickers, mostly related to each face of the clock tower. Start by heading towards your marker for the first case. About halfway to the food court, you'll want to jump in the pond and move forward until you can get a clear picture of the clock tower. You'll want to take a picture of it for a PP sticker. You'll know you're in the right spot because the clock tower will be clearly visible and not obstructed by trees. After you get your shot, head back towards Paradise Plaza and towards the covered picnic area on your left. Run towards the building and jump. Frank should catch the edge and climb onto the roof. This may take a few attempts, but you'll get it eventually. Try jumping earlier than you'd expect to. On the roof, turn towards the clock tower and snap a picture of the clock face for another PP sticker. Once you're done, jump off the picnic table and head towards the North Plaza. Take a left and get into the center of the path between the flower beds. Turn to the clock tower again and take a picture for another PP sticker. Now go ahead and head to the North Plaza from the flower beds. Once inside, head to your left into Pearly White's photo. At the back of the store, restock your batteries and then exit the North Plaza back to Leisure Park. If you want, you can take a quick detour to the hunting shack to pick up some shotguns. Cletus doesn't spawn until 3 PM, so check your watch. If it's before 3 PM, you're fine. If it's after, you'll have to go without. Head towards your marker for backup for Brad and cut through the flower beds again. Head through the trees and follow the path until you reach the food court. Inside you'll get a cutscene related to cases. Feel free to skip this if you want. Brad will put another handgun into your inventory here. If you still have your shotgun from the start of the game, you can use it to beat Carlito extremely easily. Carlito should go down in about 4 shots regardless of distance. Dead Rising's shotgun isn't some wussy shotgun that gets all flaccid after the enemy is more than 2 feet away from you. Full damage from all distances. Once Carlito gets to about 50% HP, he does retreat and force you to move deeper into the food court. Doing the event with Carlito and Brad is optional this playthrough, but I prefer to do it. It will make the next segment in the food court a bit less annoying, that's for sure. Now the goal is to take pictures of all the PP stickers in the food court. Jump onto the railing where you started here and then jump up again to the sculpture of Chris, the chef, and you'll find yourself another Uzi. Go ahead and pocket this for ammo dumping and then jump down. Head towards the main area of the food court, but turn around and take a picture of Chris's Fine Foods for a PP sticker. If you're lucky, you can tag the other PP sticker of the other sculpture of Chris the chef next to the plates for a 2-for-1. I did it, and you should also try to as it saves a very valuable photograph. Now head into the main area of the food court. Basically every sign in here has a PP sticker. Take pictures of Teresa's Oven Pizza, then move right to Jade Paradise, continue right to Frozen Dreams, and then another one for Meaty's Burgers, and then the Dark Bean before finishing off the strip with Central Tacos. I had hoped Brad would deal with Carlito at this point, but he hadn't. Of course he hadn't. Come on, Brad. I finished Carlito off with the Uzi and triggered the next case. I also got a call from Otis about the barricade pear scoop, which is fine. The timeline isn't super tight here, and the priority is the pictures. After the cutscene, go ahead and resume taking photographs. Reorient yourself into the center of the food court. Take a picture of the food court sign with the bowl and knife and fork, which is between Frozen Dreams and Meaty's Burgers. Now head back towards Leisure Park and get down to the lower level. Head right towards Wonderland Plaza, but stop to take a snapshot of the cowboy cutout on your left. Return to the center of the food court and take a picture of the Willamette Crossing food court sign. That's the final PP sticker in the food court. It's time to head to Fresca Plaza, so follow your marker to an odd old man and zone into Fresca Plaza. Go ahead and shoot out the window to Flexen immediately on your right with the Uzi, or use jump kicks if you have it, or just bust it with whatever you've got in your hands. Go ahead and take a picture of the posters on your right for a PP sticker. Next, you'll be taking pictures of various gym equipment here. One of the treadmills is a PP sticker, so take a snapshot of that. Then move towards the reception desk and snap a photograph of the second exercise bike on the left for another sticker. Continue forward and snag a picture of the last machine for another sticker. Now turn right and snap a photo of the posters to the right of the clock behind the reception desk for another PP sticker. Head back to the center and look for the green Flexen banner in the back. You'll never guess what to do here. Take a picture for another PP sticker. Once that's done, go ahead and head to the restroom at the back to save your progress before moving forward. We're done with Flexen for now, so go ahead and exit out to the front. You should turn left and snap a photograph of the food court sign before moving on. Don't forget this one. Cross Fresca Plaza and destroy the barricade in front of Weber's Garments to find Aaron and Bert inside. We're not rescuing survivors this playthrough, but we can get them to join for extra PP. Go ahead and slug Bert a few times so he calms down, then talk to him to get him to join. Aaron will join up afterwards. Feel free to leave these two wingnuts to their own devices. We don't care if they live or die. Leave Weber's Garments and continue forward towards Brad and the entrance plaza. Enter Eyes Like Us on your left. Snap a photograph of the poster on the right side for a PP sticker. Also make sure to try on the glasses here. We should only need to grab the ones from the first display on the right for Clothes Horse, but feel free to hit all the displays just to make sure you got them all. Exit the store and cross Fresca to enter Brand New You. Immediately take a photograph of the white shoes on the pedestal in the front of the store for another PP sticker. Woohoo! Head to the changing rooms at the back and put on the lady's pink suit. This should unlock the Sharp Dresser achievement. We're getting there. It's halfway for Clothes Horse. We're done here forever. Leave this cursed place and head back towards Brad and the entrance plaza. Head to the fountain and turn to your left to take a photograph of the Colombian Roastmaster sign for another PP sticker. If you dumped all your Uzi ammo, there should be another one in the fountain that you can pick up here. Otherwise, just head forward and take a picture of the Hamburger Fiefdom menu for another PP sticker. Oh, never fails. As a note, if you ever have an Uzi in your inventory, just go ahead and fire all the shots out of it. The Uzis in the mall won't respawn if you have one in your inventory. The only thing you need to use the Uzis for is dumping bullets for the achievement. Just keep firing these things whenever possible and restock them when they're available. We're done with the PP stickers in Fresca. Go ahead and talk to Brad and get into the entrance plaza. Feel free to leave Bert and Aaron behind.
Oh, you're just dead weight.
Brad will unlock the gate here with his secret codes. If you chose to ignore Brad and Carlito, you can just run up to the breaker yourself to open it, it's no big deal. Now head into Men's Storehouse on your right. Use both fitting rooms here, just to be safe. Now leave Men's Storehouse. Now go ahead and cross the entrance plaza and trigger the event with Brad and Dr. Barnaby. You'll automatically start case 1-4. We're done doing cases for this playthrough, so count yourself lucky. There's still a bunch to do, so you can't really relax yet though. Once you regain control, turn to your right and start moving forward. Enter Children's Castle on your left. You'll probably want to answer Otis's call here because he won't stop hounding you until you do. Head to the back of the store and take a photograph of the teddy bear display. You'll also want to put on the goblin mask from the same table, so that's convenient. You'll likely get a second call from Otis about Leah in Fresca Plaza. Don't worry about it, we'll rescue her, only to leave her to die shortly. Leave Children's Castle and continue down the strip, turning left into JF Nichols. Head to the back of the store and use the dressing room at the back for the black dress with pink flowers. Now exit JF Nichols and cross Fresca to Jason Wayne's Sporting Goods. Start at the left side and put on the black and orange sneakers. Then the white shoes and socks, which you should have already gotten from Sport Trance. And finally the orange sneakers on the left. Now head to the back of the store and use the display in the back for bare feet. Then hit up the fitting room in the back for the black wrestling singlet. Next to the fitting room are skateboards. Feel free to grab some to speed up this process if you want. If you're fine just hoofing it, leave Jason Wayne's Sporting Goods. Turn right and enter the next store on your right, Refined Class. Take a picture of the green shoes on the pedestal at the front of the store for a PP sticker. Then go ahead and put on the black women's suit at the dressing room at the back of the store. Leave Refined Class and cross to the Distinguished Gentleman and head inside. Use the fitting room on your right for the brown jacket. Then exit and head to your left. Enter Fashion Fiesta on your left and put on the white dress from the fitting room. Then exit and turn left to enter Space. Use the shirt rack on your left for the red tank top and leave. Cross to Sports High and put on the camo vest directly in front of you before exiting. If you missed the PP sticker on the tent at the start of the game, make sure to take a picture of it now. Turn right and head into Grauman's. Change into the white woman's suit at the change rooms in the back before leaving. Head up the stairs on the left to the next level. Enter the Sinister Read and grab the World News book from the back of the store. This gives you bonus PP for all survivor-related activities, including initial join-up and final rescue. We won't rescue survivors this playthrough, but the bonus PP from join-ups and the book will be helpful. Exit the Sinister Read and turn left into Wallington's. Put on the black suit from the racks immediately to your left, and then exit Wallington's. Head to the right side and loop around to find the Willamette Bee. Take a picture of it for a PP sticker. Then continue along this path to Robsaka Digital. Take a picture of the new release cutout for a PP sticker. Then continue along and take a picture of the Tiki cutout for another PP sticker. Continue along this path and enter Lady's Space on your right. Head to the changing rooms at the back and put on the white dress with blue flowers. Now exit Lady's Space and continue right until you reach In the Closet. Head to the back of the store and put on the blue and white baseball cap. Then use the rack next to it for a brown fedora, m'lady. Afterwards, head to the back of the store to find Bill. Go ahead and free him by throwing all the cardboard boxes out of the way. Talk to Bill, and eventually, he'll leave to go home, but stop dead in his tracks, only to declare to Frank,
By the time I noticed something was wrong, the entire city was infested with zombies.
talk to him at the front of the store and he'll join up with you. Take that sweet PP bonus and leave him to his own devices. If he makes it, great. If not, whatever. Leave In the Closet and follow the path around to your right until you reach Estelle's Fine Lady Cosmetics. Enter it and use the gray hair dye on the left shelf. Then take a photograph of the poster behind the checkout for a PP sticker. Now exit and turn right to enter the Modern Businessman. Use the dressing rooms at the back of the store for the white suit, then exit. Head into Shooting Star Sporting Goods and use the fitting room at the back for the American Wrestling singlet. Then leave and continue along the path to your right. Continue until the next store, Special Gifts. Enter it and run to the back to take a photograph of the PP sticker on the green pot. Now leave and enter the next shop on your right, Ned's Knick Knackery. Head to the back of the store and turn around to take a picture of the crown for a PP sticker. If you're low on weapons, you can break the display at the back for some swords or an axe. Now leave and head right to enter Women's Lib. You'll never guess what it's time for. Head to the back of the store and use the changing room to put on the purple dress. We're done in the entrance plaza for this playthrough. It turned to 7 PM here, which means more aggressive zombies. It's not a huge deal, just be aware of it. Go ahead and head back to Fresca Plaza. You can either jump off the railing or head back down to the escalator. Then head back through the doors and zone through. Not much to do here this time, we're mostly just doing a pass-through. Go ahead and pick up another Uzi from the fountain, then make your way to the large blue umbrellas. Pick one up and charge into a group of zombies with it. You'll need to hit 30 zombies. Once you do, you'll get the achievement, Raining Zombies. Once you get the achievement, drop that useless umbrella and follow your marker to a Mother's Lament. Enter the jewelry store and jump the counter to talk to Leah. Talk to her until she joins you for the PP bonus, and then leave her to her fate. Go ahead and head into flexing and save before returning to the food court. I strongly recommend taking this save here. When you're done, zone into the food court. I was feeling generous and Bill was not being a complete dingus, so he ended up following me. Lucky him. There's not really much for us to do in the food court for now. Go ahead and restock on wines for healing and grab the Uzi from the top of the Chris's Fine Food sign again. Don't dump the Uzi ammo here. We can use it for the convicts coming up. You can listen to Otis's call about the food court if you want, but we're just passing through. Head out to Leisure Park once you're done for a cutscene. The convicts will show up in the park from now on. The only real goal we have is to get Sophie Richards to join. If you're lucky, the convicts will get stuck on something and you can take them out using your swords from Ned's Knick Knackery or using the Uzi from Chris's Fine Foods. It will take some effort, but you can take out the convicts here with a little bit of luck and skill.
Luck is one of my skills.
You'll get a little bit of bonus PP, but nothing that will break the bank. If you do end up killing the convicts, go ahead and jump in the Jeep for the Carjacker achievement. Also make sure to pick up the heavy machine gun off the back of the Jeep. It's a pretty insane weapon. Don't worry about it this playthrough. We'll have a second chance next playthrough, and it will be a complete joke by comparison. I managed to kill the convicts here without much issue. I grabbed the Carjacker achievement and the machine gun. You shouldn't really care about the temporary agreement case this playthrough, so it's safe to let it lapse. Return to the food court, heal yourself with wine, and grab another Uzi to dump ammo. Then return to Fresca Plaza to take a save at the restroom in Flexin. If you have the machine gun, don't go crazy with dumping ammo. We can use it for the Psychopath that's coming up. It's time for preparations for Adam the Clown. You'll get a call from Otis about the Space Rider at 9 PM. You'll want to mix a few quick steps while you're here before we zone into Wonderland Plaza. Stock up on wine from Chris's Fine Foods and head to the Dark Bean at the back of the food court. Jump the counter and combine 2 wines in the blender to make a quick step. This greatly heals Frank and provides a significant move speed bonus for a short period of time. Depending on your inventory space, you'll want to mix 2 to 3 quick steps for Adam. There is additional wine by the Wonderland Plaza exit by the barrels if you need more, or you can just zone out of the food court and then back in and get a refresh at Chris's. Once you've made the quick steps, it's time to head into Wonderland Plaza. There's more clothing and PP stickers to get in Wonderland Plaza, to no one's surprise. Start off by turning right and entering Estelle's Fine Lady Cosmetics. Use the shelf on your right to put on the red hair dye, then use the shelf on the opposite side for the brown hair dye. If you have the machine gun on you, you'll have to drop it to change, then just pick it up again once you're done. It's kind of a pain, but that's the price you pay. Exit Estelle's Fine Lady Cosmetics and head up the right side of Wonderland Plaza and up to the second level. Enter the Modern Businessman and use the dressing rooms at the back for the mustard yellow suit. We're finally out of that dress. Go ahead and answer Otis's call in here too, since he'll continue to pester you until you do. Exit Modern Businessman and head to the right into Philo's photo. Recharge your batteries, then jump down to ground level and turn right and head towards the restrooms. Enter them and save your game using the stall. Since we have full batteries, it's a good time to do a lap of Wonderland to get the PP stickers and the rest of the clothing before we face off against Adam. From the restrooms, exit and head to your left until you reach the children's play area. Head inside and take a picture of the playhouse for a PP sticker. Now head back up and enter Home Runners on your left. Take a picture of the baseball team's photo on the wall for a PP sticker, then exit and continue along your left. Enter Scuffs and Scrapes. Take a picture of the clothing displayed to the left of the register for a PP sticker. Then use the fitting room at the back for the kid's blue shirt and red shorts. Continue on your way and head up the stairs on your left. Turn to the Space Rider and take a picture of the astronaut in the shuttle for a PP sticker before heading back down. Turn left and take a picture of the pink Willamette bunny for another PP sticker before heading to your right and entering the children's play area. Stand on the wooden bridge and take a picture of the playhouse in front of you for a PP sticker, before turning to your right and taking a picture of the bottom blade of the windmill for another PP sticker. Now cross the play area to the other side of Wonderland Plaza. Enter Small Fried Duds on your right, head to the fitting room and turn to your right to take a picture of the green and yellow ball for a sticker. Now use the fitting room for the pink and black kid's outfit. Now head towards the registers and take a picture of the kids selection poster at the back for another PP sticker. Now exit Small Fried Duds and turn right to head up the staircase. Pass the first store and stop in front of Coco Nuts Sports Town. Take a picture of the sign above the entrance for a PP sticker. Then enter Coco Nuts, head to the back, and use the fitting room for the blue vest and cargo shorts. This should be the last outfit for Clotheshorse, and the achievement should unlock right now. Exit Coconut Sports Town and take a photograph of the alien and the flying saucer on the right of the Space Rider sign. Then move forward and take a picture of the Space Rider sign for another PP sticker. Finally move slightly to the left and take another picture of the astronaut and space shuttle for a PP sticker. Time to continue on your merry way along this path. Stop at Sir Book-A-Lot and take a picture of the sign for a PP sticker. Then head down the stairs and take a picture of the other Willamette bunny for another PP sticker. You're probably low on weapons and we're about to fight a psychopath. Turn around to see a bunch of mannequins in an unfinished display. Smash the glass and then smash the mannequins here. Grab all 3 torsos if you can spare the inventory space. If you killed the convicts and got the machine gun, make sure to keep that on you as well. Head up the left stairs now and return to Philo's photos. Recharge your batteries before heading back down to the first level and returning to the restroom to save. It's finally time to take on Adam the Clown. Thankfully, we don't look too ridiculous in this outfit. From the restrooms, head north towards the North Plaza and take the staircase on your left to the second level. Follow the path on the right until you reach the Space Rider. Then use the console to initiate the battle with Adam. There's a few strategies that you can use for Adam. If you manage to kill the convicts and you still held on to the machine gun, Adam is a joke of a fight. Wait for him to shoot a balloon at you and then pop it with the machine gun. Then just start absolutely unloading onto him and he should die within a few seconds for a free win. Of course, the likely scenario is that you didn't deal with the convicts. Here's a better, more realistic strategy. Weapon of choice here is the mannequin torso, as it's readily available in Wonderland Plaza. Start the fight and bait Adam away from the Space Rider towards Coconut Sports Town. You definitely do not want to fight Adam near the Space Rider. You can easily get stun locked and killed. You do not want to attack Adam unless it's extremely safe to do so. He will block with his chainsaws, which will destroy your weapons. If he ever breaks all your weapons, head back down to the display near the North Plaza to restock on torsos. You'll have to wait for Adam to do an attack which leaves him open. His spin is a prime opportunity. Once he finishes, he does a short bow and you can walk up to him and whack him with the torso. Hit and run tactics is the correct choice here. If you knock Adam down, he will always attempt to breathe fire on you to counter. Smack him once to knock him over, then back out and wait for him to counter before attempting a second hit. The hitbox on the fire breathing is massive, so keep your distance and make sure you're avoiding getting hit. Adam can and will also breathe fire while not knocked on his back. It's another prime opportunity for a counter hit. Wait until the fire breath ends, then walk up and slug him. Then back out to wait for another opportunity. Knife throwing is another favorite of Adam. Simply run in a semicircle around Adam until he stops throwing knives, and then you may be able to get a smack on him while he's putting them away. Adam is quite mobile and he'll often leap and roll around. Do your best to keep fighting him near Coconut Sports Town, as the area is largely devoid of zombies. Adam can and will fly off the second level and end up down below if you're too close to the railing. You'll have to head down there to take him on if this happens. Do your best to stay away from the railings. If you're too far, Adam will often try and close the distance on you and do a double overhead swing. If you can predict this and move out of the way, you can dodge it and then move in for a counter hit. Finally, Adam can blow a balloon at you. When fully blown up, he'll launch it at you, and if it hits you, Frank will cough and be stunned. This is a two-way street. If you have a gun on you, you can shoot Adam while he's blowing up the balloon to stun him and then move in for a free hit. I usually don't, so I just let him finish and dodge it, or move in and smack him with melee, which usually stuns both of us. I feel like a lot of people struggle on this fight because they're far too aggressive. You should play extremely conservatively and only attack Adam when it's safe to do so. If you take a lot of damage and have 1 or 2 health blocks left, go ahead and chug a quick step, as it will heal you to full. Quick steps will help a lot in dodging Adam's attacks and letting you close the distance in faster to get a counter hit in. Adam realistically isn't too hard of a fight. You should just be patient and wait for attacks that are easy to counter. It's a valid strategy to only counter him every time he finishes his spin attack, so don't be afraid to resort to that if it's the only time you feel comfortable hitting him. You have the nearby save, so you shouldn't be afraid of dying and doing multiple attempts on Adam until you're successful. He can be difficult, but he's actually not that bad. Special notes: if you're playing on PC, Xbox One, or PS4, you'll have an inherently higher frame rate than playing on the original Xbox 360 version, which I'm using here. Several of Adam's attacks have damage that is tied to your frame rate. It's extremely possible to get 100 to 0'd by a combo from Adam, most likely a spinning attack. Don't let it hit you, especially if you're on those platforms. Once Adam is dead, you'll be teleported back to the Space Rider and be provided with the ID card. You'll also get the self-defense achievement for your trouble. If you're damaged, heal if you can, then pick up the small chainsaw that Adam dropped. This is the best melee weapon you can get in 72-hour mode outside of the achievement-based unlockables. Once you've got the small chainsaw, use the ID card on the console to free Greg from the Space Rider. Talk to Greg and he'll start leading you down to the restrooms. It's very important to this playthrough that you get access to this shortcut, so make sure that nothing happens to your boy Gregory. A second small chainsaw will spawn after freeing Greg, so make sure to pick it up as well. 1's good, 2's better. Use the small chainsaws and any mannequin torsos you have left to clear a path for Greg to ensure his safety. Despite what I just said, it's likely past 10 PM at this point, which means the Japanese tourists have spawned, because rescuing Greg counts as re-entering Wonderland Plaza, apparently. Instead of heading down the stairs, head into Sir Book-A-Lot, pick up the Japanese translation book, and talk to you and Shinji until they join up. You may have to go back to Greg if he's being swarmed by zombies, so leave him in a low-density area like near the staircase. Once you and Shinji join, ditch the Japanese book and pick up the criminal biography book in the back of the store. This increases the durability of your small chainsaws by 3 times. Give Shinji and you weapons if you want or if you have them, and then return to Greg. Feel free to ignore the Japanese tourists for now and simply escort Greg back to the restrooms, then you can come back for the tourists after. That's likely what you should do, as accessing this shortcut is actually the highest priority of everything. Once you've gotten into the restrooms with Greg and gained access to the shortcut, go ahead and save at the stall. You can take the shortcut to make sure it's accessible, but then go ahead and return straight back to Wonderland Plaza. You should be good on weapons at this point, but you can go ahead and restock on mannequin torsos if you need to. Otherwise, head north into the aptly named North Plaza. Answer Otis's call so he just doesn't bother you anymore. The lives of you, Shinji, and Greg are now in their own hands. Feel free to ignore them. If they die, hey, that's on them. Pass through the moving sidewalks and head to Ripper's Blades on your left. Take a photograph of the antique swords display on your left for a PP sticker, and take a picture of the other antique swords display on your right for another PP sticker. If you're short on weapons or have spare inventory, go ahead and smash the display and grab some swords before leaving Ripper's blades. Head left and take a photograph of Seon's food and stuff for another PP sticker. Then enter Seon's. If you need healing, Seon's is full of food, so go ahead and restock. The priority right now is to get to the meat and seafood section at the back of the store. Jump onto the shelves in the center since it's crawling with zombies. Hop the shelves until you're close enough to take a picture of the meat department sign for a PP sticker. Then turn slightly to the left to get another picture of the seafood department sign. Now jump down from the shelves and clear out the zombies in front of the alcohol section using your small chainsaw. Then turn around and take a photograph of the medicine bottle above the pharmacy. If you're damaged, use wine here to heal and grab a few for the road if you can spare the inventory. That's all for Seon's. Check your watch. If it's after 11 PM, go ahead and exit back out to the North Plaza. If it's not, kill some time so David Bailey spawns for the Shadow of the North Plaza scoop. Set your marker to Shadow of the North Plaza and follow it until you find David in an empty store. Talk to David and eventually he'll join up with you. He's just gonna slow us down with his injury, so leave him here. Now we need to go to the hunting shack for some PP stickers. Unfortunately, Cletus has spawned, but we don't need to fight him this playthrough. Head to the hunting shack by entering the hallway to your left once it's available. Follow it all the way to the end and clear out the zombies here with your small chainsaw. Now take a photograph of the gun display on the American flag to the right of the entrance for a PP sticker, then head to the left side and take a picture of the cowboy for another PP sticker. Once you have both of those, enter the hunting shack to encounter Cletus and a cutscene. You can choose to kill Cletus here or not, that's your call. This playthrough, I guess I was feeling merciful and I let him live, but be prepared to heal a lot here. Run to the left and take cover behind the triangular display. Take a picture of the mounted deer head at the back of the store for a PP sticker. Then run to the right of the store and hide behind the other display. Take a picture of the other mounted deer head on the left of the exit for another PP sticker. Once you've tagged both deer, leave the hunting shack and Cletus to his fate. In all honesty, you should probably just run Cletus down with a small chainsaw. It's pretty easy. Once you're done in there though, head back through the hallway and clear the zombies as necessary. Once you're back in the main hall of the North Plaza, turn left and jump onto the scaffolding. Continue left and pick up the coffee creamer here if you need to heal. Then jump down and restock your batteries at Pearly White's photo on the right side. Now cross over the boards to the unfinished fountain and take a picture of the cherub on the fountain for a PP sticker. Now head up onto the fountain and stand next to the cherub and take a picture of the sign to Crislips Home Saloon for another sticker. Now cross over the fountain and zone into Crislips Home Saloon. Inside, head to the checkout. Clear the zombies in front of the counter and take a photograph of the Support Your Lifestyle poster behind the register. Now pull a 180 and head to the back of Crislips. You'll find the gardening section on the right side. Take a picture of the poster for a PP sticker. If you're running low on weapons, grab some axes or sledgehammers in Crislips before moving forward. We're done here. Head to the front of Crislips and then zone back into the North Plaza. Feel free to restock your battery at Pearly White's photo before zoning into Leisure Park. I decided to go ahead and head back to the security room here. You can restock on healing items by heading up the stairs to Colombian Roastmasters, as well as skateboards at Sport Trance if you want. Finally, you should jump off the stairs and cross the landings to pick up another Uzi. You should promptly dump all your ammo with it and restock your batteries at Cam's camera before heading back to the warehouse. You'll get a cutscene here involving Queens. Once it's over, go ahead and cross to the warehouse and take the elevator back to the roof. Now go ahead and enter the security room to complete a temporary agreement. Now take a save on the green bench. Since we're back here, it's worth noting that if you want to return Frank to his default clothing, you can do so by checking the boxes under the stairs on the way up to the roof behind the green bench. Do this now if you'd like. This time period right now is a lull in Dead Rising. There's no survivors to rescue and no cases until the morning. Since we want to finish Zombie Genocider this playthrough, we need to start working down those 53,594 kills that we need. Leave the security room, head down the elevator, and pass through the warehouse to get back to Paradise Plaza. Pass through Paradise Plaza to Leisure Park by hanging on the left side. If you need healing items, a skateboard, or weapons, feel free to restock on the second level of Paradise Plaza. In Leisure Park, use the skateboard to cross the park faster and head towards the parking lot. Once you reach it, before you jump in that fancy red sports car, jump off your board and take a picture of the entrance to the maintenance tunnels for a PP sticker. Now turn around and get in the sports car and drive in a wide arc and line yourself up to the maintenance tunnels from the back fence. Now gun it, and you should hopefully catch some air while zoning into the maintenance tunnels. This should get you the Stunt Driver achievement. As much fun as it would be to start Zombie Genocider now, we actually have to take some pictures of PP stickers in the maintenance tunnels. Immediately turn to your left and answer Otis's call in here. Follow this path to the parking lot at the end. Go ahead and clear out as many zombies as possible with your car before getting out and zoning into the meat processing area via the large gray doors. Move forward and take a picture of the beef primal cuts at the back for a PP sticker, then move to your left and take a picture of the blue conveyor belt leading into the large machine for another sticker. We got what we came here for. Exit meat processing and head back into the maintenance tunnels. Head to your right and take a picture of the back of the box truck for a PP sticker. You guessed it. Every single one of Carlito's box trucks has a PP sticker on it. Fun times ahead. Cross the parking lot to the other box truck and get inside it. Turn right and drive through the maintenance tunnels, killing as many zombies as possible. Follow the path and when you can, turn to the left. Then turn right again and crash into the wall. Then back up and turn right so you can get out of here. Now drive forward and head back the way you came to the maintenance tunnels. This is the route that's used in the Dead Rising Zombie Genocider speedrun, so it's more efficient to do it this way, but you will encounter a lot of loading screens, which can be painful on Xbox 360. Park the box truck and return to the sports car and motorcycle. Try and grab the motorcycle and attempt the Stunt Rider achievement here by lining yourself up with the maintenance tunnels and flooring it from against the fence. You may or may not get it here. I didn't, but I have a contingency plan for that in the future. Turn left and return to the meat processing area. Get in the box truck again and head back the same way, turning left and then right when you can, then back up and kill the zombies that spawn. Now it's time to exit the maintenance tunnels again. The reason you back up the box truck is that a large number of zombies spawn outside your viewpoint. They spawn behind you and you promptly kill them and then move forward. It's for efficiency in kills, which we care about when attempting to do Zombie Genocider. It's just a matter of repeating this loop for an extended period of time now. You'll learn to resent this route, but it's the fastest way to amass zombie kills. Make sure you go ahead and in one of your routes through, get out after crashing the box truck into the wall. Head inside the warehouse and grab the maintenance tunnel key. We won't get a ton of use out of it this playthrough, but it's convenient to pick it up here. I continued this loop until image in the monitor was a sliver of red. I managed to get about 4,200 zombie kills in this time, which is pretty decent. We will be returning here to finish off the kills after we get the Frank the Pimp achievement. For now, it's time to get a few more PP stickers before we have to deal with more survivors and their shenanigans. Follow the basic route of taking the car and heading to meat processing. Then switch to the box truck and return back towards the entrance, but take a left turn. Ignore the right side this time and instead drive forward. Turn slightly right, stop, and then back up all the way to the end of this tunnel. Get out of your box truck and clear the zombies around the other truck before taking a picture of the rear of the bomb truck for another PP sticker. Now get back in your box truck, and since we backed up, we don't have to do a 3-point turn. That's just a big brain move right there. Drive forward through the tunnels, killing as many zombies as possible, and then turn left and continue straight to the end with the white sedan. Swap the box truck for the sedan. The sedan has lower durability than the box truck, so try and avoid zombies and explosive tanks if you can. Turn left and then left again to head down the tunnel. This tunnel will naturally turn right in a loop. Stop when you see another box truck and get out to take a picture. Now get back in your sedan and continue along this tunnel. Take the first left you can and continue forward until the roundabout where you should turn left. At the end of this area, you'll find another box truck, and you should take a picture of the back for another PP sticker. Get back in the sedan and turn around. Now turn left once you hit the roundabout and head straight and take a right. Follow this path until you can turn left. Drive down here to find another box truck and take a picture of the back for a PP sticker. The sedan is likely trashed at this point. You can go ahead and exit through the door on your left. Use your small chainsaw to cleave through zombies to get up the stairs. Use the door at the top of the stairs to exit to Wonderland Plaza. If you didn't pick up the maintenance tunnel key, go ahead and drive back to the maintenance tunnel entrance, swap to the red car, drive to the food court, and then zone into Wonderland Plaza. Case 2 unexpired just as I zoned back into Wonderland Plaza. It's fine, we didn't need to do it, I'm not mad. If you ever miss a story critical case, you'll get a prompt to restart or load a save. Don't bother, just return to the game. Since we've been driving around the maintenance tunnels for a while, it's a good idea to save, head through the restrooms to the left side, and save. Now we're going to do some fun survivor-related activities. You'll want to follow the guide extremely specifically at this point. You don't want to enter certain areas as survivors will spawn before you're ready for them. Make sure you follow the directions precisely. We're going for the Frank the Pimp achievement, and this is the easiest way to do it. Since you're in Wonderland, it's a good idea to go ahead and restock on a small chainsaw. Head up to the Space Rider and grab a fresh small chainsaw. Now it's a good idea to get some healing items too, so head down to the food court. How convenient that as soon as you zone into the food court, you should get a call for Lovers, which is in Wonderland Plaza. Return to Chris's Fine Foods and grab a new Uzi. Start unloading bullets here and dump the mag. I unlocked bullet point here for shooting 1,000 rounds. If you haven't unlocked it at this point yet, don't worry, there's plenty of time to fire more bullets. Just remember to grab the Uzi whenever you're back in the food court or Paradise Plaza, or pick up any handguns you see from police zombies and dump ammo with them. Back on topic, restock on wine and mixing 2 or 3 quick steps is a good idea right now. Now return back to Wonderland Plaza. Take the staircase up the left side and set your marker to Lovers. Enter Run Like the Wind on your left and take another left when you're inside to find Ross and Tanya. Standard operating procedure here. You'll need to alternate talking between Tanya and Ross, but eventually they'll join up. Fantastic. Some more free PP. Leave these two to their fate or kill them, it's your call. Otis will likely give you a call about the Hatchet Man scoop. Unfortunately, we do have to complete Hatchet Man since we need to free the 3 survivors Cliff has imprisoned so we can spawn the 8 female survivors. Head past the Space Rider and grab another small chainsaw. Now return to the restrooms on ground level to save. It's time to take on Cliff. Head to the North Plaza. Take a quick detour to Ripper's Blades for a sword if you're desperate for a weapon, and then north into Seon's to get some orange juice from the coolers at the back of the store. Once you're stocked up, exit back into the North Plaza. Set your marker to the Hatchet Man and traverse the North Plaza. Avoid zombies as best you can here to conserve your weapons and healing items. You may also want to stop by the Huntin' Shack and grab a shotgun or 2. That's your call. Go ahead and stop by Pearly White's photo to recharge your batteries. You don't really need to, but why not since you're here? When you're ready, head into Crislips' home saloon. The weapon of choice here is the small chainsaw, obviously. Cliff is a tough cookie. He'll immediately start the fight by attacking you from behind. Try and get a counter swing on him if you can, but he'll likely jump under the floorboards. The fight is more annoying than anything as Cliff moves around a lot and doesn't leave many opportunities for you to hit him. He'll often jump to the top of shelves and throw flares and other things at you. When you approach him, he may jump down, allowing you to get some swings off on him. More than likely, you'll be forced to climb up, at which point he usually jumps down and hides again. If you picked up a shotgun from the Huntin' Shack, use it to snipe Cliff while he's on the racks. After you shoot him once, he should move. Sniping Cliff with shotguns is a legitimate way to take him out if he's giving you too much trouble. You should spend the majority of the fight in the center of Crislips looking for where Cliff is coming from. Small chainsaws make short work of him and have a wide swing arc. You should be able to take him down in less than 10 hits total. If you came prepared with small chainsaws and quick steps or other healing items, you should be able to wear him down, assuming you didn't take too much damage. During the fight, you'll probably get a call about the Cowardly Man in Fresca. We'll take care of him next, don't worry about it too much. Unfortunately, Cliff is just kind of hit and run, tank his hits, and eventually you'll wear him down. You'll get the empty store key after beating him. You can also pick up his machete if you want, and then exit Crislips and return to the North Plaza. If you see a queen at any point during this time, it's important to pick it up. You definitely want to have one coming up shortly. Use the store key on the empty store on your right and free the 3 survivors in here and they'll join up. Tell them to wait inside the store and zone out into Leisure Park without them. They'll die eventually. It's fine. We want them to die. They have to die. Regardless of whether or not you killed the convicts, they'll be back at this point. Ignore them and continue to the food court. Feel free to restock on an Uzi or healing items in the food court, otherwise just head straight through to Fresca Plaza. Head into the hardware store on your left and go to the checkout at the back of the store. You'll find Gordon behind the register. You have to hit him to get him to join, and feel free to talk to him to get that bonus PP. I opted not to do that, it's too much of a pain. I just took him out with small chainsaws. Frank's got no time for cowards, man. You should go ahead and save at the restroom at Flexin' now. Also, if you missed the food court signed PP sticker, like I did, you should take a picture of that now. It was 10 AM after Gordon mysteriously died. That left me about an hour before the next survivor-related activity. Head back to the maintenance tunnels to do some more zombie kill farming during this time. If it's closer or after 11 AM for you, just chill out and head towards Paradise Plaza. I had time to do a few laps of the zombie killing route, and then I headed back to Paradise Plaza on the motorcycle after 11 AM, because Ronald will have spawned. As soon as you enter Paradise Plaza, you need to turn to your right and make a mad dash towards the warehouse. You'll find Pamela in the water outside of the Child's Play toy store. Jump in next to her and use the queen you found. If you don't have a queen, Use your small chainsaw, but be extremely careful. If you kill Pamela here, reset and reload your save. She's fundamental to our 8 female survivor entourage. Do not let her die. Once you've cleared out the area, talk to her and she'll join up. Then enter the store by breaking the window and talk to Heather, her twin sister, and she'll join up with you as well. Now we're at 2 of 8 of the female survivors. Now escort Heather and Pamela to the restrooms, specifically beside the Wonderland Plaza shortcut. Tell them to wait inside. Pamela has some issues, so you may have to hold her hand and put her in there yourself. Once the twins are safely tucked away in the restroom, head to Jill's Sandwiches. You'll get a call around here about the Above the Law scoop. That's important. That's another 4 female survivors. Enter Jill's Sandwiches and don't even bother talking to Ronald. Just run him down with your small chainsaw. He has to die here, and unfortunately, you're gonna be the one that has to do it. There's no time to wait around for him to die of natural causes. He needs to die, so the next survivors will spawn. Now the final 2 female survivors spawn at 1 PM. One of them is in Wonderland Plaza, and the other is here, in Paradise Plaza. Currently we have Heather and Pamela, and Joe's 4 female hostages. That leaves 2 spaces available, which will be filled by Nick and Sally at 1 PM in Wonderland Plaza. They'll be hanging from the bunny. Jennifer also wants to spawn in at 1 PM, but since we're in Paradise Plaza, she can't since A, we're here, and B, there are already 8 survivors in the mall. We need to kill a little bit of time now, so it's a good opportunity to do an easy achievement. Return to Child's Play after killing Ronald and grab a bunch of Servbot masks. Run around putting Servbot masks on zombies' heads until you unlock the achievement, Costume Party. I just used 2 Servbot masks, put them on zombies, then killed them and reused them until the achievement popped. If you're close to 1 PM, skip this part and do it later. I had about 30 minutes of in-game time to kill even after the achievement. Make a quick detour up to Colombian Roastmasters if you need some healing items. You can also attempt to get the Strike achievement here by grabbing some bowling balls from Sport Trance next to Paradise Plaza, but it proved fruitless for me here. If you can get another queen or 2 during this period, it would be a good thing, as it will help a lot in the next segment. Try and have some queens, it will help a lot. Make sure you also have plenty of orange juice in your inventory before zoning into Wonderland Plaza as well, just to make sure you can heal your lovely ladies. You can also pick up the engineering and entertainment books here to increase the durability of your small chainsaws. That's your call. Once it's close to 1 PM, head to the restrooms, pick up Heather and Pamela, and save your game. After 1 PM, take the shortcut to Wonderland Plaza. It's time to go for the Frank the Pimp achievement for real. Set your marker to Above the Law, leave the restrooms, and escort Heather and Pamela with you as you run up the left side of Wonderland Plaza. Be quick, but carve a path out for the twins. You'll hear screaming and find Nick and Sally hanging from the Willamette Bunny. Tell Heather and Pamela to wait somewhere relatively zombie-free, then throw something at Nick to drop him down. Then go ahead and slice him to ribbons. You need to kill Nick. With Nick dead, that means there's only 7 survivors left in the mall, which means Jennifer can spawn in Paradise Plaza the next time we go there. Once Nick has bit the dust, clear the zombies around Sally and then throw something at her to get her to fall. Talk to her and get her to join. Now take Heather, Pamela, and Sally up the stairs into Lovely Fashion House to start the fight with Joe. Joe is a joke of an encounter. If you have a small chainsaw, all you have to do is run her down. The only thing you need to be careful of is collateral damage by hitting Kay, who's right next to her. If Joe tases you, you'll be briefly stunned, and she'll start damaging the female survivors. Try and split Joe away from Kay, and then just slice her up with the small chainsaw. She should go down ridiculously fast. This is like barely a fight. We're on the cusp of the Frank the Pimp achievement here with her death. Free the survivors in here. Our original 3 plus these 4 means we're at 7. Rescue Lily, Janet, Kelly, and Kay, and then head downstairs. Heal anyone who is damaged with orange juice and escort the 8 ladies back to the Wonderland Plaza restrooms. This is a very annoying and long process. Do your best to take it as slow as possible and clear out zombies around everyone. If your small chainsaw is low, you can go ahead and tell them to wait in a safe location while you run up to the Space Rider to restock. I actually don't recommend doing that since it's very easy for your survivors to get killed. They are dim-witted, they will die if you're not there. Focus on getting them back to the restrooms first, then tell them to wait in there, and then you can go back for a small chainsaw if you need one. Getting all 7 of them back to the restrooms and the shortcut to Paradise Plaza is hard enough. The real challenge here is getting them all to zone in with you when you take the shortcut. Absolutely save in the restrooms before attempting to take the shortcut. Do a quick head count, make sure all 7 ladies are with you, then save. Then get them all as close as possible to the shortcut and zone into Paradise Plaza. As soon as you zone into Paradise Plaza, you'll trigger a cutscene with the Raincoat cult about to sacrifice Jennifer. This also teleports Frank from the restrooms to in front of Colby's Movieland. If your survivors aren't close enough to Paradise Plaza from the shortcut, they will stay in Wonderland Plaza and will likely die before you can save Jennifer and get her back to the shortcut to save them again, which means no achievement for you. You definitely need to get everyone through in one take, which is why it's important to save. It took me 14 attempts to get everyone through at the same time. Once that happened, I killed the cultist with my small chainsaw and rescued Jennifer from her box prison. With the other 7 ladies in Paradise Plaza, 7 plus 1 is 8, and that means we get the tour guide achievement, and since the survivors are also all female, we unlock the Frank the Pimp achievement as well. I love a good double dip. With those achievements, we don't need to worry about survivors for the rest of this playthrough. We're close enough to the security room that you could take these 8 ladies back. I don't bother. It's too annoying to deal with them all getting stuck on each other and the map topography. I left them for dead and headed back into Colby's Movieland to use the restroom to save. It's very important to save, because this next part is quite difficult and may take you a few attempts. Now, we're almost done with PP stickers, and we have been for quite some time, but there's 2 left and they require a special event. You need to be kidnapped by the Cult of the True Eye. From the save point, head to Theater 1, which should have a group of cultists inside. Start attacking them to get them to attack you. You'll want to thin out the herd a bit, but eventually one of them will reach into their pocket and throw some dust at you, which should knock you out. You'll get a bonus scene of Frank being carried off to a hideout in Leisure Park. You'll be stripped of all your items, and you have to deal with a large number of cultists here. There are actually 2 final PP stickers in here. The first is on the large red sheet with the True Eye cult symbol. The second is on a Tiki the Fox cutout on the far wall to the left of the red sheet. First things first, to get out of here you need to kill all the cultists, which without good weapons is actually pretty difficult. You need to smash the cardboard box in front of you and grab whatever weapon is inside. Then you can grab the stepladder beside it and hope for the best. Unfortunately, I only got a skateboard, which I've been told is only good for doing squats, so the stepladder it is. The stepladder is a crappy weapon, but it's enough to get you started here. Just start unloading into the cultists until it breaks. Then go ahead and grab the wooden sword that's on the True Eye cult sheet. Then use that until it breaks. And finally, grab another stepladder that's to the right of the sheet. Unfortunately, that also broke, so I had to resort to what was in the last cardboard box, which happened to be frozen vegetables. Jump kicks it is. Finally, the last cultist died, and you get the passcode. Now you can take your final 2 photographs of PP stickers in peace. Then enter the passcode and leave. Your inventory is stripped of you, so leave Leisure Park and head back into Paradise Plaza. Run up to Colombian Roastmasters and restock your inventory on orange juice and heal yourself to full. Then jump the railing to grab a sword. It's also a good idea to save at this point, so head back to the restrooms and do so now. Grabbing the entertainment magazine from Backman's Bookporium and getting a bunch of skateboards from Sport Trance is also a good idea for area traversal. Realistically, you could just reload your save after getting the final 2 PP stickers, provided you unlock the achievement. Now, in typical recommended playing fashion, I've missed a PP sticker and I don't know exactly which one it is yet, so it's time for a hot tip. There's no good way to figure out which stickers that you've missed, so it's a good idea to do a lap around the entire mall and recheck every single one. Then once you've found the one you're missing, reload your save and head straight for those PP stickers. This lets you figure out what you need without the time limit, and then you can reload the game and effectively gain all that time back. Since we still are on a bit of a time crunch and every minute is valuable. I don't know. It just works. For me, I missed the food court sign above Fresca Plaza. I just ran over from Paradise Plaza, across Leisure Park and the food court, and then Fresca, quickly snapped the picture, and then the PP collector achievement unlocked. It's extremely important you get all the PP stickers now. You need to photograph all 100 in a single playthrough, so make sure that you do that. Hopefully you got it immediately after the kidnapping. Otherwise, find out which ones you missed and get them. Once you're done all that, it's time to resume killing zombies for Zombie Genocider. Nothing else matters at this point. Ignore all survivors. The priority is those 53,000 kills. Save your game and make your way back to the maintenance tunnels wherever you may be. The route has not changed. Take the sports car and drive into the maintenance tunnels. Turn left and stop next to the meat processing plant. Get out and take the box truck. Drive past the exit and turn left. Immediately turn right, ram the wall, and then back up and turn, killing the zombies that spawn behind you. Then drive forward, exploding any tanks, turn right, and then exit the maintenance tunnels. Get out of the box truck, and get back in the sports car again. This is going to be a long process. It took me a little over 2 hours of straight driving through the maintenance tunnels to get the required kills for Zombie Genocider. It's your call whether to do this in one shot or take various breaks. If you're on the Xbox One or PS4 versions, I would strongly recommend saving every 30 minutes or so due to those versions being more prone to crashing. The closest save point is in Flexen. Leave the maintenance tunnels, drive your car to the food court, run over to Fresca Plaza, and then save at Flexen. Then use skateboards to get back to the maintenance tunnels and resume the process. There's nothing glamorous about this, it's simply a grind. Once you know the route, it's just about repeating it until you finish the 53,594 kills. I went from level 19 to level 33 while grinding the kills, so that's always a nice little bonus. Once you've completed those kills, you'll get the Zombie Genocider achievement, and this is the final tier of the Zombie Kills achievement. By completing it, you'll have also completed Zombie Hunter and Zombie Killer, so that's 3 in the bag. By completing Zombie Genocider and finishing a playthrough with any ending, you'll unlock the real Mega Buster for subsequent playthroughs. You need to finish this playthrough out and be at the heliport at the end of the 3rd day to unlock the real Mega Buster. Since there's some time to kill here, it's time to finish up whatever miscellaneous achievements we can do during this time frame. First things first though, make sure to head back to Paradise Plaza and save your game. From the restrooms, head to the 2nd level of Paradise Plaza. Head into Sport Trance, grab a few skateboards and several bowling balls. Then cross into Colombian Roast Masters. Eat one of the pies, and then pick up the other 2 pies from the counter and put them into the blender to make an untouchable. Then grab 2 orange juices from the cooler and put those into the blender to make a nectar. These will be consumed for the Gourmet achievement, which we will do shortly, but just hang on to them for now. Otherwise, just restock your inventory. Once you're fully restocked with at least 3 bowling balls, go ahead and leave Paradise Plaza out to Leisure Park. Cross Leisure Park to the food court on a skateboard. Once you reach the entrance, equip a bowling ball. Line up parallel to the door and aim the bowling ball to throw it. Hopefully you hit 10 zombies and unlock the strike achievement here. This is the easiest spot to get it. If you don't, try again until you unlock it. Once you've got the achievement, enter the food court. You have to break 100 items for another achievement called Item Smasher. The wine casks in the food court blow up after 1 attack on a zombie. The fastest way to do Item Smasher is to run to the stack of wine casks. Grab one and smash it on a zombie. Then just repeat this until you're either out of wine casks or out of zombies to smash them against. When this happens, just zone into Fresca Plaza, then back into the food court to reset the zombies and number of wine casks. It's a simple solution to breaking items. It takes a while, but it should be done before you know it. I actually did this while working on the next section, but feel free to just get this out of the way before moving on. Next up is Gourmet, which is eating all types of food in the mall. This includes blended juices and cooked and rotten variants of food. Most of the food is available in Seon's grocery. We'll have to mix the drinks ourselves, and fortunately, the ingredients for most of them are available right here in the food court. We have likely eaten a bunch of types of food, but I'll be consuming everything here just to make sure the achievement pops when it should. As you zone into the food court, grab at least 2 wines from Chris's Fine Foods. Then start off by running into Jade Paradise and grabbing the 2 cooking oils on the floor. Head next door and blend a wine and cooking oil to make a randomizer. Do this again to make a 2nd randomizer. Then combine the 2 ice pops next to the blender to make a Spitfire. Drink the nectar and untouchable you blended in Colombian Roast Masters. Then drink one of the randomizers and the Spitfire that you just made. Now go and drink both types of milk here, gallon and jug, just to be safe, as well as eating the yogurts on the counter. Head over to the next restaurant and eat the baguette that's just sitting there. Frank likes to eat these lengthwise. Don't judge him. Then head to the next restaurant over and grab both ears of corn. Return to the blender and combine both corns to make a zombate. Combine the zombate with the randomizer to make an energizer. Drink the energizer. Head out and grab 2 wines. Then head down to That's a Spicy Meatball. Inside, grab the ear of corn and eat it. Then grab the zucchini here and eat it as well. Go ahead and refill your inventory with wine and then zone out to the food court to Fresca Plaza. Take this opportunity to save if you want at Flexen before re-entering the food court. Return to Frozen Dreams. Eat one of the ice pops and pick up the other one and leave it in your inventory so it can melt. Drink a wine and blend 2 wines together to make a quick step. You've probably already consumed a quick step, but we're just double checking. Enter Central Tacos and grab another 2 ears of corn. Enter the dark bean and use the blender to mix 2 corns into a zombate. drink the zombate. We're done with mixed drinks now, so go ahead and leave the food court and head north into Wonderland Plaza. Head towards the North Plaza, grab a small chainsaw on the way. Also, feel free to grab the criminal biography book from Sir Book-A-Lot if you like. Otherwise, just head into the North Plaza. If you need a weapon, stop by Ripper's Blades and grab a sword. Otherwise, just head straight into Seon's food and stuff. Everything we need to eat is in here, so it's just a matter of working your way around the store. Start on the right side. Grab a corn and eat it, then move down and grab a squash and down it. Next up is a lettuce, then a melon, then an apple on the left side. Then head down to the grapefruit stand and have one of those too. Green and red cabbage should both count as cabbage, but go ahead and eat both, just to be safe, why not? Japanese radish is next, then an orange at the end. There's a bunch of duplicates here, but better safe than sorry. Grab one from every stand and eat it. Next up is the coolers at the back, just work your way down. Grab some orange juice, then some milk, then coffee creamer. Continue to the next shelf and down a yogurt, and then to the next and eat a whole block of cheese. Continue working your way around Seon's. Avoid the meat for now, we'll come back for a bit later. Thankfully, there's nothing in the fish section except weapons. Head over to Breads and grab a baguette and down it. A lot of these shelves just have terrible weapons, but work your way around until you find the snack section. Eat cookies and snacks in this aisle before moving on to the frozen section. Grab 3 pizzas and eat one immediately as uncooked. We'll have to cook one and let one rot for later. Now head back and grab 3 raw meat. It's the same deal. Eat one uncooked, and then we'll need to cook one and let one rot for later. Finally, head to the last freezer and grab 2 vegetables. Eat one frozen and leave one to thaw out in your inventory. Now you can leave Seon's. You should have ice pops that need to melt, 2 frozen pizzas, 2 raw meats, and 1 frozen vegetables in your inventory. Ditch anything extraneous to make room. We have to play a bit of a waiting game here. Once you have all that, it's time to leave Seon's. Go ahead and make your way back to Wonderland Plaza. Grab a new small chainsaw if you can spare the inventory. Otherwise, just continue back to the food court. We have food to cook. Once you're back in the food court, turn right and jump into Central Tacos. Put one of your uncooked pizzas in the microwave and it will turn into a golden brown pizza. Eat it right away. Now do the same thing with one of your raw meats. It will turn into a well-done steak. Eat the well-done steak.
Oh, tasty!
All that's left is for our meat and pizza to rot, the ice pops to melt, and the veggies to thaw. While waiting, I continued to do the Item Smasher achievement and I ended up unlocking it here. Now is another good opportunity to return to Fresca Plaza and save before another annoying section. There isn't much left to do at this point achievement-wise. We've locked ourselves out of most of the significant ones. We just don't have time to finish a lot of the rest of them now. There are 2 that are fairly easy to do, and we do have enough time. The one that's the most worthwhile to do now is the 1000 unarmed zombie kills. From Fresca Plaza, rezone into the food court. Keep the food in your inventory and allow it to rot or melt. Fill up the rest of your inventory with wines after topping up your health bar. Exit the food court and head out to Leisure Park. Unfortunately, the easiest way to do this is to head back to the maintenance tunnels, head through the parking lot, and get in the sports car again. Drive back to meat processing and park your car. The fastest way to rack up zombie kills unarmed is with Frank's double lariat special move. Run into the center of a group of zombies and perform the double lariat. Once there isn't a lot of zombies left, zone into meat processing, then immediately back out into the maintenance tunnels to respawn the zombies. Nothing glamorous here again, it's just farming more zombie kills. You have to sit here and repeat this process until you've killed 1,000 zombies with your bare hands. If you want, you can pick up the wrestling book from the empty store in the North Plaza where Cliff held his hostages. This should increase your attack power, making killing blows a little easier to come by. However, I did this without it, with no problem. Feel free to grab it before starting this, that's your call. You'll also want to do the zombie road achievement here by walking on zombies for a certain distance. Go ahead and do this first as it's easier to do when there's a large cluster. Jump onto the group and just use the zombie ride ability and just walk around in circles until the achievement locks. If you fall off, simply jump off and do it again. This is cumulative time spent zombie walking, so you don't have to do it in a single continuous loop. If you don't know how to do any of Frank's special moves, look it up in your menu. It'll tell you exactly how you do it for your platform. Once you've done Zombie Road, continue channeling your inner Zangief. Spam double lariat, and then zone in, and then out of meat processing to repeat the process. If you ever take damage, use some of your stockpiled food. Just make sure you check before you eat something. You need the pizza and meat to spoil before you eat it. If it doesn't change in your inventory, you can drop it on the ground and then pick it up again to verify it has changed from raw to spoiled. You may have to do this a couple of times. Just continue farming kills until you can eat all of the spoiled food, at which point you'll finally unlock Gourmet. You'll likely end up taking a bunch of damage from attempting unarmed kills. That's just the nature of the beast. Once you're low or out of healing items, you should exit the maintenance tunnels and return to the food court. Restock on wines from Chris's Fine Foods and then save at Flexen in Fresca Plaza. Then return to the maintenance tunnels and continue the double lariat grind until you've finished. If you don't feel the need to save, you can just use the 2 milks in meat processing to heal yourself as needed. However, taking a quick detour to save in Flexen is recommended every so often. You'll be here for a little while. You'll have to repeat this as much as necessary, unfortunately. You should have ample time to finish here, though. After much work, you'll be done the 1,000 zombie kills. That final punch will likely be the most satisfying one you ever throw in Dead Rising, but that's one more achievement in the bag. There isn't much left to do at this point. If you didn't unlock Stunt Rider because it's finicky, now is the best time to get it. Exit the maintenance tunnels and get on the motorcycle. Instead of attempting to jump into the maintenance tunnels again, head for the North Plaza. Drive the motorcycle onto the staircase by the door, then turn to face the maintenance tunnels and drive the motorcycle off the staircase. You should get the Stunt Rider achievement here. May take a few attempts, just keep doing it until it unlocks. You'll get it eventually. Once you've completed the previous achievements, we kind of just need to wait around. There either isn't really enough time to do any of the other achievements, or we've completely destroyed our opportunities to get them. We do have to get an ending to unlock the real Mega Buster, which means waiting out the remaining time and being on the roof of the mall once the helicopter shows up. If you want to maximize this time, feel free to take pictures and kill zombies for extra PP to give yourself even more of an advantage going into the next playthrough. If you feel like killing any more zombies, be my guest. I'm kinda done with it. During this playthrough, I had about 35 minutes left on the clock to run down. I opted to just hang out on the helipad and run around in circles to start working the number down for Marathon Runner, but that's not really necessary. If you've been using a lot of skateboards, it's probably better to just hoof it around for a while to make sure you get those steps in. Otherwise, just return to the security room and head up the stairs to the roof. Wait up here until the 72 hours runs out. Frank and crew will be rescued by the helicopter. You'll get your ending and the various unlocks for completing achievements. In the next playthrough, we'll start the second 72-hour mode. This involves the Saint achievement, as well as fighting all psychopaths and completing all the cases with overtime mode. Thankfully, this will be made significantly easier as we're starting around level 35. This gives us a huge advantage in terms of speed, health, and inventory. Since we completed Zombie Genocider, we also get access to the real Mega Buster in the security room. This is a brokenly overpowered weapon, and you bet your bottom dollar that we will be using it for the entirety of next playthrough. In this playthrough, we'll be focusing on rescuing all the survivors and completing the main story. Since we just finished 72-hour mode last playthrough, we did unlock the 3-day survivor achievement. If you thought you were finished taking pictures, I have some bad news for you. Through this playthrough, we'll have to make sure we take pictures of all the survivors and psychopaths for achievements. PP stickers do reset every playthrough, so if you want, you can go ahead and take photos of them again, but I wouldn't bother unless we have some time to kill. This will more than likely be the easiest all survivors you've ever done, almost entirely because of the real Mega Buster trivializing every psychopath battle. Adam's small chainsaw, mannequin torsos, and shotguns will still be useful for clearing out mass amounts of zombies or to distribute to your survivors. When you're ready, go ahead and start a new playthrough of 72-hour mode. Just like with the first playthrough, you're free to skip this introductory section on the helicopter if you want. Feel free to take photographs if you want to min-max. Once you're on the roof, start off by taking a picture of Carlito. This is the first survivor for Census Taker. Then head down into the security room and pass through. Then leave on the door to your right and head down the hall to enter the introduction. It's important to take photographs of everyone in this introduction segment. This is your only chance to do it. We're going to want to photograph every survivor for the Census Taker achievement. You technically only need to hit 50 survivors for it to unlock, but these survivors count, so it's good to get them all, if only for a little bit of buffer. Take a photograph of Lindsay, then turn to photograph Ryan, Freddy, and Chris by the door. Now head towards the gate and snap a photograph of Todd and Brian on your right. Then continue onwards and take a snapshot of Verline and Dana. Keep going and take a picture of big tough guy Mark here. Finally, take a picture of Alan and Kathy before moving forward to the fence and triggering the cutscene. By taking a photograph of everyone in this introduction segment, you'll unlock the Portraiture achievement, assuming that you missed it last playthrough. That's 12 of 50 down already. When you're done, approach the benches to trigger the cutscene. Same rules apply as the first time we did this. Go ahead and pick up the baseball bats and snacks as a deterrent. Then make your way to the staircase. Grabbing the shotgun here is optional. We will be making a detour to the hunting shack to grab some shotguns before we do the first battle with Carlito. You can use the double lariat to clear the area, and you should be used to it by now after killing 1,000 zombies with it last playthrough. Once you've got the shotgun if you want, jump onto the stairs and zone up. Now that the game's started for real, we get access to our unlockables from last playthrough. These are all available behind the duct to leave the security room. Head back there and pick up the real Mega Buster. You should also have some clothing options here that you can try on. I'm gonna go ahead and wear the wrestling boots and briefs, which are rewards from Item Smasher and Karate Champ. And I'm gonna put on the Servbot mask because it's a funny meme. If you want to restore Frank's clothing to its default, go ahead and go under the stairs up to the roof and then use the box there. When you've got equipped with the real Mega Buster, talk to Otis and he'll give you a transceiver and a map. Take his picture while you're waiting, because why not? We need it for an achievement anyways. Once you're allowed, exit through the air ducts to the roof. It's time to rescue the first 2 survivors. This will be very similar to last playthrough, but this time, we do need to save everyone. Run to the left and rescue Natalie, then bring her back and meet up with Jeff. They'll hug, and you should take their picture for bonus PP, as well as the Census Taker achievement. Once that's done, talk to Jeff and he'll join up with you. Now make your way back up to the air duct with Jeff and Natalie. Make sure to take a picture of the air duct entrance and lock it in to ensure it's there for the future survivors that require it, then re-enter the security room to rescue Jeff and Natalie. Accept your PP bonus here, then head inside and grab the coffee creamers. Take a rest and save at the green bench if you want. We've saved 2 survivors, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. Leave the security room again and take the elevator on your right to enter the warehouse. We have to do the transmissionary achievement this playthrough. Absolutely make sure to accept this first call from Otis. Unfortunately, you do have to let these calls go all the way through, so you should just stand in a safe spot and avoid getting the call interrupted. Just because we have the real Mega Buster doesn't mean we should completely neglect weapons. Break the 2 mannequins and take their torsos with you. They're good weapons for Frank, but they also work well in survivors' hands. Continue through the warehouse and you'll get a scene with Jesse again. Feel free to ditch the handgun if you don't have the spare inventory space. We don't need it. This is your first time encountering zombies with the real Mega Buster. It has 300 shots, so you should give it a try here. It's insanely useful. It will one-hit kill any zombie. Psychopaths will go down extremely fast with its insane stopping power and rate of fire. It's ridiculously overpowered as a weapon. The best part is if you enter the security room without it, a new one will spawn, so it's truly infinite. Start off by refilling your batteries at Cam's camera. You should absolutely do this every time you're back in Paradise Plaza on the way back to the security room. You don't have a ton of time to kill, but you can take a quick detour to the upper level of Paradise Plaza. You can grab some skateboards from Sport Trance for faster travel, and then cross over to Colombian Roast Masters and mix a few quick steps by mixing the coffee creamers from the security room with orange juice from the cooler. This is optional, but it can be helpful moving forward. It's also a good idea to have some raw orange juice on you to heal survivors, since we are actually concerned about them this time. When you're ready, exit Paradise Plaza and enter Leisure Park. Instead of going straight for backup for Brad, go ahead and turn right and take a detour to the North Plaza. You'll get a call from Otis here about the North Plaza. Make sure to answer it and listen to the entirety of it. When you're done, turn left and jump onto the scaffolding. Follow this all the way until you can turn right to head down to the hunting shack. Here you want to go ahead and stock up on a few shotguns to give survivors. 2 or 3 is great. Just grab as many shotguns as you can carry. Now work your way back out of the hunting shack. Feel free to use these shotguns liberally. Survivors don't use ammo, so as long as there's 1 shot left in it, you'll be fine. Now continue through the North Plaza and go all the way across to Wonderland Plaza. You'll likely get a call from Otis about Kent and the cut from the same cloth scoop very close to or once you enter Wonderland Plaza. Make sure to answer it and listen to it in its entirety. Once you zone into Wonderland, you'll get another call about Wonderland Plaza, so make sure to answer it and listen to it as well. There's nothing left to do in here for now, so just go ahead and make your way to the food court. You'll get a cutscene with Brad and start the battle versus Carlito. Make sure your Mega Buster is equipped, take aim, and shoot Carlito. It should kill him in a single shot. Yes, this is the power we're dealing with here. If it doesn't one-shot Carlito, you may just have to hunt him down at the back side of the food court. You'll start the next case once Carlito is dead. Grab some wine or food from the food court to heal yourself or for survivors, and then exit to Fresca Plaza. Break the window on your right and head into Flexin to save your game. You'll have to use a jump kick. For whatever reason, the Mega Buster doesn't break windows. There's nothing for us to do in Fresca Plaza right now. Go ahead and follow Brad through Fresca Plaza to the entrance plaza. Snap a photograph of Brad since you're here, because he's a good boy. Use your mannequin torsos and shotguns to clear a path for yourself or Brad. Try not to let them break, as we'll just hand them off to our survivors shortly. Use your Mega Buster in a pinch, but don't go crazy with it. You'll want to make sure you have a good amount of ammo. Once Brad arrives at the gate, exit Fresca Plaza. Follow Brad and he'll automatically unlock the gate to the entrance plaza. After the cutscene, continue following Brad to the bookstore for another cutscene. You'll complete case 1-3 and start on case 1-4, which simply requires you to head back to the security room. With our friend Bradley gone, we'll resume getting calls from Otis. Answer the call about the entrance plaza now, while you make your way to the other side of the entrance plaza. There's very few zombies, so go ahead and keep moving forward. There's a little bit of time to kill. It's quite a bit of time to kill, actually. So feel free to run around and take some pictures of PP stickers, but make sure to keep at least 10 to 15 photographs just to be safe. We do need to photograph our survivors. At the back of the entrance plaza, head up the stairs and enter the Sinister Read. Go to the back and pick up the World News Book for increased PP for survivor-related activities. Then continue the loop just like we did last playthrough. Photograph the Willamette Bee and the 2 cutouts at Rubsaka Digital before moving forward to In the Closet. Clear the zombies out here using your shotguns, mannequin torsos, or the Mega Buster, and then head inside. Go to the back of the store and throw the boxes away so you can free Bill. Clearing at least 2 stacks of boxes is slow, but it's recommended so Bill doesn't get stuck on them later. You should probably do all 3. Talk to Bill, and make sure to snap a photograph of him while chatting. Then he'll leave to see the mall is infested with zombies, but we already made that joke. Talk to him again and get him to join up with you. Equip Bill with whatever you see fit. Bill does extremely well with a shotgun. He's an American after all. Mannequin torso is a close second. Guns in survivors' hands never run out of ammo, so it's easily the best choice. Once you've got Bill equipped, we have to wait around for more survivors to spawn in. Tell Bill to wait somewhere safe, like Estelle's Fine Lady Cosmetics. Then proceed to run around doing things like spinning the displays and Shooting Star Sporting Goods for 2,000 PP, and taking photographs of the remaining PP stickers in the entrance plaza. We have some time to kill here, so this time, quality is valued for PP stickers. Take your time to line up a good, high-value shot as close to 100% as possible. It's the exact opposite of what we did last playthrough. When it's getting close to 4 PM, you'll want to start clearing the zombies around the zone to Fresca Plaza. Get Bill to wait by the door once it's all cleared. While clearing zombies, you'll likely get a call from Otis. Accept Otis's call for Barricade Pair shortly after 4 PM and listen to it in its entirety. Leah spawns at 5 PM, so we may as well just wait here until we can get that call from Otis. I simply ran laps between the Fresca Plaza entrance and the staircase to get my step counter up to work towards the Marathon Runner achievement. This takes a good amount of time, but don't worry, we have ample time to deal with everything. It should take about 6 real-time minutes for Otis's call about Leah to show up. Shortly after 5 PM, you'll get another call from Otis about Leah and the A Mother's Lament scoop. Listen to it in its entirety, then zone into Fresca Plaza with Bill. There's not really time to dawdle here. Equip the Mega Buster and start relentlessly clearing a path for Bill towards A Mother's Lament. Enter Riverfield Jewelry and tell Bill to wait inside. Jump over the counter and take a picture of Leah, and then talk to her. She'll eventually join up with you after a lengthy conversation. Snipe any zombies that come into Riverfield Jewelry with some assistance from Bill. Call Leah, and she'll eventually get over the counter on her own. She needs to be carried, but first we really need to deal with Aaron and Bert. Continue clearing zombies with the Mega Buster and tell your survivors to wait outside Weber's Garments. Smash the barricade and then tell your survivors to follow you inside. Then, run towards Bert. Unequip your weapon and lay some punches into him until he's more receptive to listening. Once he is, talk to him. While he's running his mouth, snap a photo of Bert and Aaron. Then the two of them will join up with you. Go ahead and give Bert and Aaron some weapons if you can spare them, otherwise whatever you can find laying around. Lead pipes from the hardware store are not bad options. Once you've got everyone, pick up Leah and head towards the food court. I went into Flexen to save at the restrooms here just to make sure this part goes smoothly. I would recommend doing so tell your survivors to wait at the food court door and then break into Flexen through the window and save. Your survivors have a very difficult time with the automatic door into Flexen. Trust me. Avoid trying to get them into Flexen. Have them wait at the food court door or in the hardware store instead of Flexen. Then go ahead and enter Flexen on your own and then save your game. Once you've saved, get everyone back to the food court. This is the first time in the food court without Brad. You'll get another call from Otis here telling you all about it. Accept the call and listen to it in its entirety. Carry Leah and head to the exit to Leisure Park. If any of your survivors are damaged, grab some wine from Chris's Fine Foods and give it to them, then rearm them with whatever they dropped. When you're ready, check your watch. It's likely after 6 PM at this point, so the convicts will have spawned. This is why I recommend the save in Flexen. Go ahead and wait until 6 PM if you're early. You can kill some time by mixing a couple of quick steps using 2 wines from Chris's Fine Foods in the blender at the Dark Bean. Then zone into Leisure Park with your survivors after 6 PM. We do actually need to kill the convicts this playthrough for the Carjacker achievement, assuming that you didn't last playthrough. And even if you did, it's kind of just good practice. With the Mega Buster, we will tear these convicts up easily. Pick up Leah and get her and the boys into a corner that's relatively zombie-free by the wall on the right side and tell them to wait. Once they're safely against the wall, you should chuck a quick step and head towards Sophie. The quick step is very useful for catching up to her. Rescue her by talking to her and she will immediately join up. Tell Sophie to go towards the rest of the group and then hunt down the convicts. If you're lucky, the convicts will have gotten themselves stuck on some trees. 1 shot, 1 kill with the Mega Buster on each one. Shoot all 3 convicts and then jump into the Jeep for the Carjacker achievement if you didn't get it last playthrough. The heavy machine gun is a good weapon, but it's a pea shooter compared to the real Mega Buster. Feel free to take it or leave it behind, that's your call. Once the convicts are dead, go ahead and call the survivors to you and then head back to pick up Leah. Follow the right wall along Leisure Park with your survivors until you reach the entrance to Paradise Plaza. Survivors are very dumb and slow in groups. Take your time and babysit them. We do need to do this reasonably fast, but taking some extra time to ensure no one gets grabbed will save time backtracking for them later. Once you're close to the doors, put Leah down and clear out the majority of the zombies using your Mega Buster while your survivors catch up. Once it's mostly clear and your survivors are close, pick up Leah, do a quick head count, and zone into Paradise Plaza with everyone. We need to do Kent's scoop right now, so call everyone and then head up to the 2nd level of Paradise Plaza. It turned to 7 PM right as I went up the stairs, which means more aggressive zombies. As soon as you see Kent and Colombian Roastmasters, tell your group to wait inside and then go back for Leah. Drop her off with the rest of your posse, make sure to snag a picture of Sophie, and then talk to Kent. You'll have to do Kent's photography sequence now. Eventually, you'll reload the area. Make sure to tell your group to wait in Colombian Roastmasters again, just to make sure they don't leave. Colombian Roastmasters is the safest place to be. You'll need to follow Kent around the mall to get photographs of him in specific poses. I was really low on battery at this point, so I grabbed a skateboard and recharged at Cam's camera. As long as we have this group with us safe and sound, there's nothing else for us to do until 9 PM, so we don't really need to worry about it, and we have a little bit of time to kill anyways. After that detour to Cam's camera, it's just a matter of getting a photograph of Kent taking a picture of you for over 500 pp. Then you need to take a picture of his cool pose for 700 pp after he snaps a photo of you. Make sure to zoom in and frame your shot correctly to get more pp for your pictures. Once you've done that, you'll get a cutscene. Kent will give you a new photo challenge, and Frank is teleported back to Colombian Roastmasters and conveniently your survivors. Kent's photograph should count for Census Taker despite his questionable mental state. It should also count towards Psycho Collector right now as a result. Heal anyone who's damaged with orange juice from the cooler in Colombian Roastmasters, and then pick up Leah. Now call the group and head down to the warehouse. Feel free to drop Leah and restock your batteries at Cam's camera along the way, or if you ever need to clear out a large group of zombies. A special note here, but this one specific potted plant is the bane of many a survivor. I would strongly recommend you pick it up and throw it to make sure your survivors don't get stuck on it constantly. I would do this every single time you're escorting survivors back to the security office in Paradise Plaza. Once everyone is close, do a quick head count to make sure everyone's around and zone into the warehouse. You'll get the Queen cutscene here. Feel free to skip it, you've probably already watched it. Pick up Leah again and guide your survivors through the warehouse to the elevator, then ride it up to the roof. Your Mega Buster is likely close to empty now. Drop it outside. You can restock once you rezone into the security room. Call everyone and get them to climb up to the vent. Leah will have to climb up here herself, so carry her to the edge and then put her down, climb up, and call her. She'll eventually make it up. Then zone into the security room with all of your survivors. Collect your PP bonus and then enter the security room to get a cutscene and complete case 1-4. Now go ahead and grab a new Mega Buster from behind the vents and then go back to save your game at the green bench. Now normally we would be using this time to take erotic photographs of Sophie for PP, but we're already so far ahead in terms of PP that hitting the level cap at this point is an inevitability. The gun shop owner and psychopath Cletus is available now, so we may as well do him. Just go ahead and restock on coffee creamers from the security room and then head back down to Paradise Plaza. Head up the stairs on your right and grab some skateboards if you'd like, then mix a few quick steps using coffee creamer and orange juice and Colombian roast masters. Bring an extra orange juice or two with you, just in case. Exit Paradise Plaza to Leisure Park, now turn right and head north to the North Plaza. Head to the scaffolding on the right side of the North Plaza and check your watch. If it's close to 9 PM, just chill out here for a second until you get a call from Otis about the Space Rider going crazy for the out of control scoop. Once you have that, head forward, turn right, and continue down this hallway to reach the hunting shack. Enter it for a cutscene and psychopath battle. Before we start, you need to take a photograph of Cletus as your first priority. We need to photograph every psychopath we encounter for an achievement. Technically, you only need to photograph 4 psychopaths for the first achievement and then 10 for the Psycho Collector achievement of the 12 psychopaths that count, but better safe than sorry. Take Cletus's picture. Be quick and capture him in frame. Cletus is extremely annoying, but you should be able to tank hits because of how high of a level we are. Once you get your photograph, take aim with your Mega Buster. He should only take a handful of hits before he's down for the count. After the fight, in typical fashion, you'll get a cutscene. You can take a quick photograph of Cletus here if you want. You can re-enter the hunting shack to grab a couple of shotguns again, entirely for your survivors. Now set your marker to the out of control scoop. Head back through the hallway and into the main area of the North Plaza. Cut through and then turn left to head south into Wonderland Plaza. If you need health, you can take a detour to Seon's Food and Stuff. If you need some weapons, stop by Ripper's Blades and grab some swords. You'll want to kill some time here because the Japanese tourists will spawn at 10 PM and there's another call from Otis about them. Answer it in the North Plaza, and once you've listened, go ahead and head south to Wonderland Plaza. Once you enter Wonderland Plaza, go ahead and head to the restrooms to save. Those survivors aren't going anywhere just yet. Once you've saved, head back out to Wonderland Plaza. If you need some weapons for survivors, go ahead and smash the mannequins in the empty display next to the stairs. Then head up the stairs and enter Sir Book-a-Lot on your right. Inside, pick up the Japanese book behind the register so you can converse with these two. Talk to them and eventually they'll join up with you. You can take a photograph of you and Shinji bowing for a large PP bonus of up to 10,000 PP. If you miss it, take their picture anyway for the Census Taker achievement. Once they've joined up and you've gotten a picture for your collection, equip them with mannequin torsos, swords, or shotguns. You should give these two Japanese tourists the authentic American experience and hand them a couple of shotguns. You can also pick up the criminal biography book here if you can spare the inventory. Now bring you and Shinji with you to the Space Rider. Tell them to wait by a wall and activate the console to trigger the battle with Adam the Clown. Our strategy for this playthrough is a complete joke. Start by taking a picture of Adam for posterity. Then equip the real Mega Buster and shoot Adam until he dies. Even though Adam will block all of your shots, the Mega Buster is so powerful that it deals damage through his guard. You'll be able to lock him down to being constantly forced to guard. He'll eventually just be worn out via chip damage. If for whatever reason he blows up a balloon or something instead, your Mega Buster will deal a ton of damage and he'll be toast. Easiest Adam fight of your life. If you prefer, our strategy from last playthrough will be even more effective this playthrough from our increased attack power upgrades. I would strongly advise using the real Mega Buster for Adam though, it's just too easy to ignore. Once he's dead, you'll get a cutscene and be given the ID card for the Space Rider. The small chainsaw is available now and it's actually still useful in this playthrough. I would recommend picking up at least one and keeping it on you at all times. It's actually a nice complement to the Mega Buster, specifically for clearing out large groups of zombies to create paths for survivors. Once you're ready, use the console to free Greg from his Space Rider Heck and talk to him. He'll want you to follow him, so stay close by. Clear out zombies using the small chainsaw. You'll likely get a call here from Otis about David and the Shadow of the North Plaza scoop, which means it's 11 p.m. Answer the call by any means necessary, but you can ignore the contents. Continue sticking to Greg while you and Shinji learn what it means to truly be an American. Greg will occasionally call out to you and you can snap a picture for a PP bonus. Regardless, you want to get a picture of Greg for posterity. Cleave through the zombie horde until you reach the Wonderland Plaza restrooms on the first level. Greg will tell you about the shortcut. Now go ahead and save, and then take it once Greg, you, and Shinji are with you. You can save here in Paradise Plaza again if you want, and equip Greg with a weapon now. Your goal is just to get these three back to the security room. They should make it back relatively painlessly. You may have to backtrack and babysit a little bit more in standard Dead Rising fashion. You probably want to smash that stupid potted plant next to Cam's camera in the warehouse door. Go ahead and restock your batteries at Cam's camera while you wait, and then enter the warehouse. Cleave through the zombie horde and escort your group through the warehouse, up to the elevator, and back to the security room. Every single time you return to the security room, make sure to drop your Mega Buster so you can pick up a fresh one inside. Collect your massive PP bonus for the rescue, then enter the security room and you should get a cutscene with Brad. Use this as an opportunity to take another picture of Brad if you missed one. We will take several photographs of Jesse later, but you can take one now if you'd like. Since we just saved some survivors, go ahead and take a save at the green bench. There's just the Shadow of the North Plaza scoop to do tonight, which means afterwards we have a ton of time to kill. Enter the room with the blue door and find Sophie. You can spend your time taking erotic photographs of her for around 700 PP until your battery depletes. Once your battery is out, you should head back down to the mall. In Paradise Plaza, go ahead and head into Contemporary Reading and pick up the Camera 1 book for future erotic photograph PP bonuses. I'm sweating just thinking about it. Then stop by Cam's camera and recharge your batteries. Then just hoof it across Paradise Plaza and exit to Leisure Park. Set your marker to Shadow of the North Plaza and cross Leisure Park to the North Plaza. The convicts will respawn at midnight every night, so you can make a detour to kill them for a little extra PP. I managed to get a wonder shot and kill one from across the park, which was pretty awesome. This is totally optional, but killing them makes things a bit less annoying. You'll gain a bit of PP, and you won't be hearing Gone Guru until tomorrow. Enter the North Plaza once you're done in Leisure Park. Follow your marker until you reach David in the empty store close to Seon's food and stuff. Make sure to take a picture of him for posterity, and then talk to him until he joins you. If you're damaged, you can go ahead and eat some of his food and then offer him a shoulder. This one's pretty basic. Just run David back to the security room by heading through the North Plaza to Leisure Park, then cross Leisure Park to Paradise Plaza, finally go through Paradise Plaza and the warehouse and get him safely back up to the security room. Drop off and refresh your Mega Buster too since you're here. Solo survivors that you have to offer a shoulder to are by far the easiest to rescue, but that's one more in the bag. Now there's nothing to do until 6 AM when you get another call from Otis that you have to take for the Transmissionary achievement. Keep an eye on your time here, but for the next few in-game hours, go ahead and take erotic photos of Sophie, and then head back down to Paradise Plaza to recharge your batteries at Cam's camera. Realistically, you can fill this time with whatever you choose. You could just wait it out in Colombian Roastmasters or mix some quick steps in the food court. Do whatever you want. However, when it's close to 6 AM, you'll want to exit the security office and head out somewhere like Paradise Plaza. You can go ahead and ditch the Camera 1 book, and then go to Bachman's Bookporium if you'd like to grab the engineering and entertainment books to buff up your small chainsaws. Even though we have the Mega Buster, the 3-book small chainsaw is still a workhorse for clearing zombies, so it's recommended that you take them. At 6 AM, be sure to accept Otis's call about Jesse being worried about you. Then head back up to the security room and start the next set of cases. Save once you've done the cutscenes. You'll start the case and be tasked with heading to the entrance plaza. Head down towards Paradise Plaza. In the warehouse, you'll get another call from Otis about the gates being open to the entrance plaza. Once that's done, exit to Paradise Plaza and then head left into the now open entrance plaza. You'll get a cutscene and then start another battle with Carlito. Snap a shot of Carlito if you want before running him down in a serpentine fashion. Carlito doesn't actually count for the Psycho Collector achievement, so that is optional. Just shoot him a couple of times with the Mega Buster and he's done. Alternatively, just chug a quick step if you have one and cleave him in the back with your small chainsaw. Should only take a couple of swings. Afterwards, you'll get another cutscene and you'll be teleported back to the security office with an injured Brad and Dr. Barnaby. Snap a shot of Brad if you need to. Jesse is our real goal though. If you capture Jesse's knees and breasts in frame from the right angle, you can score a 1000 pp or more photograph. You'll want to score at least one of these 1000 pp erotic photographs for Kent's photography challenge later. Make absolutely sure to go into your picture viewer and lock this picture in so it doesn't get automatically deleted. Once you've got that very, very important photograph, go ahead and wipe the sweat from your brow. It's time to move on. Then enter the gray door in this room to find Dr. Barnaby. Go ahead and take a picture of him for posterity. Then return to the green bench and save your game. That's enough pictures. It's time to do the next case, Medicine Run. Head out of the security room and down to Paradise Plaza. Recharge your batteries at Cam's camera before heading out to the restrooms in Paradise Plaza. Take the shortcut to Wonderland Plaza. Now just exit the restrooms and turn right to head into the North Plaza. Seon's Food and Stuff is our target, and it's directly in front of us. Check your watch. At 7 AM, you'll get a call about lovers in Wonderland Plaza. Just chill out in the North Plaza in front of Seon's Food and Stuff until you get that call. Once the call is done, head into Seon's Food and Stuff. This should be the first time we're entering Seon's Food and Stuff, and as such, you should get another call from Otis. Frank sure is in a supermarket alright. There are no zombies in here currently, so make sure to heal up on the food here and fill up your inventory with orange juice. When you're ready, go ahead and head towards the door in between the seafood and meat sections. You'll get a cutscene and start the Psychopath battle with Steven. In typical Psychopath fashion, start by taking a photograph of him. You should unlock the Psycho Photo achievement here for taking pictures of 4 psychopaths. Doing so will likely cause Steven to plow into you with his weapon cart. Just recover and shoot him a couple of times with your Mega Buster. 2 shots was all it took for me. Easy game, easy life, man. If you're struggling, just run to one end of an aisle and then bait Steven into charging you. Dodge the charge and then cleave him in the back with your small chainsaw. He should go down in a handful of these exchanges. The Mega Buster is a lot quicker and easier though. Afterwards, you'll get another cutscene. Now go ahead and continue what we were doing. Head for the door between seafood and meats. Follow the hallway until you reach the end and find the first aid kit. Pick it up and then double back and leave Seon's Food and Stuff. Grab some food to heal if you need to. Now set your marker for lovers and head south to Wonderland Plaza. Go ahead and save at the restrooms on your left if you'd like before continuing. There's nothing overly challenging about these 2 survivors, but you do want to be on the lookout for a queen. If you see a queen zombie, make sure to bust its head and pick up the queen. We'd like it for the next set of survivors. Just head out of the restrooms and up the stairs exactly how you went to Adam. Use the Mega Buster to clear a path, and then grab a fresh small chainsaw from the Space Rider if you can spare the inventory space. Enter Run Like the Wind on your right, and head to the back to find Ross and Tanya. Start talking to them, and take their picture for posterity, even though Ross tells you not to take his picture. Do it anyways. Here you'll need to alternate talking to Ross and Tanya. Ross will request a gun, and do not give him one under any circumstances. Keep on talking until they join up with you. Go ahead and give Tanya your small chainsaw and pick up Ross. At this point, it should be pretty obvious that our strategy is to return to the restrooms in Wonderland Plaza to take the shortcut back to Paradise Plaza. While talking to Tanya and Ross, I got a call from Otis about the Hatchet Man. Listen to it in its entirety for the sake of the achievement. We're doing this all for the achievements. Just keep telling yourself that. You'll likely have to periodically put down Ross to help Tanya clear zombies. Just keep an eye on her, and if you need to put Ross down, put him down somewhere that's relatively clear of zombies. In the restrooms, take a look at your watch before you go through this shortcut. The twins, Heather and Pamela, spawn at 9 AM if you're not in Paradise Plaza. It was still about 8:45, so I was fine, but if it's after 9 AM, you need to rescue them too. You'll know because you'll get a call from Otis about the coward scoop. This should only happen if Tanya is giving you a lot of problems, and she really shouldn't. Once you get back to Paradise Plaza, continue escorting Ross and Tanya back to the warehouse and then back up the elevator to the rooftop. Drop off your Mega Buster so you can get a fresh one and head back into the security room with them. You can give Tanya some junk weapon if you want to get your chainsaw back, but it's not really a big deal. That's 2 more survivors down. Make sure to talk to Jesse to finish case 2-3, then rest at the green bench to save your game. It should be well after 9 a.m. at this point, which means Heather and Pamela are in Paradise Plaza. You'll know this for sure because you'll get a call from Otis in the warehouse about Gordon the Coward. Just wait around in the warehouse until you get that call if you haven't yet. Again, try and have a queen ready for Heather and Pamela. There may be one in the warehouse. You never know. When you enter Paradise Plaza, you'll hear screaming. Run to your right and find Pamela in the water in front of the toy store. Throw a queen to kill the zombies without hurting Pamela. Otherwise, you'll have to jump down there and be very careful not to damage her too much while clearing out the horde with your Mega Buster, small chainsaw, or a mannequin torso from the warehouse in a pinch. Once the zombies are cleared out, talk to her and she'll join up. Then use the jump kick to break the glass and enter the Child's Play toy store. Talk to Heather inside and she'll join up with you as well. Make sure to snap a photo of each of the twins and then escort them back to the security room via the warehouse. There should be ample time to do multiple trips for individual survivors and it will save you some serious headache. The survivor AI is bad solo, and it's even worse in groups. Once you've taken Heather and Pamela back safely, immediately head back down to Paradise Plaza and then cross through to the entrance plaza. Then cross through the entrance plaza into Fresca Plaza. Set your marker for the Coward and then run through Fresca Plaza almost all the way to the food court, but take a right to enter the hardware store. Pick up a pipe in here and throw it at Gordon a few times so he'll eventually be responsive to talking to you. He'll eventually join up with you after some fuss and discussion. Make sure to take a photo of him for posterity. Give him a lead pipe and get him to follow you back through Fresca Plaza. Use your Mega Buster to clear a path, then just zone into the entrance plaza and cross into Paradise Plaza. Then take him back into the warehouse and up to the security room. It will be very close to 11 a.m. around this point, so check your watch and see. There are 2 calls from Otis at 11 a.m. I waited in the elevator for 5 in-game minutes for the calls. The first is for you to return to the security room and talk to Jesse about the professor's past. Once you get that call, go up the elevator and drop your Mega Buster and return to the security room with Gordon. Grab a fresh Mega Buster and enter the security office for a cutscene, and you'll complete the case. Now head back down to Paradise Plaza. In the warehouse, you'll get a call from Otis about Ronald and the restaurant man Scoop. Once the call is done, go ahead and exit to Paradise Plaza. Ronald is going to request food, so head right and up the stairs to Colombian Roastmasters. Grab a pie, and then head down the stairs to Jill's Sandwiches, which is now barricaded. Smash the barricade at the front or break a window at the side and enter. Head to the back and talk to Ronald, then give him the pie. He'll eat it and have a hearty belly laugh. Take his picture for a hefty PP bonus, he'll join up, and then you can both exit Jill's Sandwiches. It will be very close to the time to meet up with Kent for his photo challenge, so it's better to wait in Colombian Roastmasters with Ronald. Head upstairs and tell Ronald to wait in Colombian Roastmasters and just kill some time here until Kent shows up. Show him your highest PP erotic photograph of Jesse, wipe the sweat from your brow, and you'll start the final leg of Kent's questline. After the cutscene, you'll immediately get called by Otis about Joe and the Above the Law scoop. Make sure to listen to it in its entirety. Once that's finished, go ahead and take Ronald back to the security room. You know the way by now. Surely. Take the door to the warehouse, cross to the elevator, and then up through the vent. Make sure to drop your Mega Buster and restock once you're back in the security room. That's one more survivor saved. Now Hatchet Man is red, so we really need to prioritize it. Set your marker and head back down to Paradise Plaza. Then cut through Leisure Park and north to the North Plaza. Once inside, just hang a right and enter Crislips' home saloon to start a cutscene and battle with Cliff. Just like every Psychopath this playthrough, the goal is the same. Take a photo of Cliff and then shoot him with the Mega Buster until he dies. Cliff had it out for me this playthrough. He tried to use my patented strategy of just running them down against me. Obviously it failed pretty hard. If he jumps into the floorboards, just search for him on the top racks and snipe him with your Mega Buster. He died in 3 hits with it for me. If Cliff is determined to fight you in close quarters, you should swap to the small chainsaw and duel him. The Mega Buster is great, but it's not so great in close quarters. Another dead Psychopath means another cutscene. Cliff also leaves us the empty store key. You can also pick up Cliff's machete if you want. Then exit Crislips' home saloon to the North Plaza. Now turn right and use the empty store key to rescue Josh, Barbara, and Rich. Talk to them and they'll all join up with you. Make sure to take a picture of all 3 of them, as is the custom. Once they've joined up, it's simply a matter of escorting them back to the security room. Exit to Leisure Park and cross through to Paradise Plaza. Before you enter, check your watch. It was after 1 p.m. at this point for me, which means 2 unlisted scoops appear. One in Paradise Plaza and the other in Wonderland Plaza. As soon as you enter Paradise Plaza after 1 p.m., you'll get a cutscene. Sean and the Cult of the True Eye will try and sacrifice Jennifer. After the cutscene, once you regain control, go ahead and unload in the Raincoat Cult with your Mega Buster until they're all dead. Then open the box and let Jennifer out. She'll promptly join up with you. Snap her photo for Census Taker, as is the custom. Make sure the rest of your survivors are safe and following you, then head upstairs to Colombian Roastmasters. Give your survivors orange juice if they're damaged, and then just get these 4 back to the warehouse and back up to the security room. If you find a queen or 2 while doing this, you should absolutely try and take it with you. You'll want 1, and preferably 2 queens coming up shortly. Make sure to refresh your Mega Buster on the way in and out as well. Get everyone through the vents and collect your PP bonus. Once that's all finished, go ahead and save at the green bench. Unfortunately, there's just not enough time before the next case starts. We need to kill some time here for another source to activate, and as usual, another call from Otis comes in just before it ends. You'll want to head down to Paradise Plaza. You'll now encounter the Cult of the True Eye in large gatherings throughout the mall. These guys are fairly robust, but are no match for your Mega Buster or small chainsaw. It's worth noting here and now, we need to get the Unbreakable achievement this playthrough, and that means you cannot get captured by the Cult of the True Eye or the Special Forces later in the game. If you ever get captured, you'll have to die and reload your save. You have to get Unbreakable if you want all the achievements, and that means not getting captured and getting through to the true ending. From now on, keep your distance and just blast the cult members in the lower level of Paradise Plaza with your Mega Buster. Then head up the stairs to Colombian Roastmasters and take out this group as well. Killing cultists at 500 PP a pop is a good way to get some PP, so you may be able to sneak out a level here. Otherwise, go ahead and restock on orange juice and maybe try to get a queen using nectars by mixing orange juice and orange juice in the blender. Once you're stocked up here, start heading back to the warehouse. You'll get a call from Otis here about him spotting Isabella. Answer it for one more part in the transmissionary achievement, then go ahead and head up the warehouse and back to the security room. Refresh your Mega Buster and enter the office to complete another source. You'll start girl hunting immediately. Our goal right now, however, is the Above the Law scoop. Do your best to ensure you have 2 queens at this point. Hunt some down as you progress through the warehouse and Paradise Plaza if you can. Above the Law and an unlisted scoop are in Wonderland Plaza right now. Go ahead and head to the restrooms and take the shortcut there now. Exit the restrooms and turn left and start working your way to the staircase next to the Willamette Bunny to the south. You'll hear screaming and then find Sally and Nick hanging from the giant bunny surrounded by zombies. Take pictures of both of them for a PP bonus and for posterity for Census Taker. You need to throw something at each of them to get them down. Throwing a queen does minimal damage and kills the zombies under them, so it's a win-win. Otherwise, you'll have to resort to clearing the zombies with small chainsaws, Cliff's machete, or the Mega Buster. Once they've both dropped down, talk to them to get them to join up with you and head up the stairs. Enter the first door on your right, Lovely Fashion House, to face off against Joe. Immediately start this fight by taking a picture of Joe, and you'll probably get one of Kay as a result. Then equip your Mega Buster and blast Joe with it until she dies. Try to avoid getting tased so your survivors don't take unnecessary damage as Joe beats on them. The alternative is just like last playthrough, and that's to run her down with a small chainsaw. Just be careful to avoid collateral damage. Once Joe is dead, you'll get the handcuff key. Photograph these 4 ladies and then free them. Use orange juice to heal them if they're damaged, and then leave Lovely Fashion House with this group of 6. Joe is the 5th psychopath we fought so far, so the Peacekeeper achievement should unlock here. Since you're in Wonderland Plaza, it's a good idea to grab another small chainsaw if you want. You can tell the group to wait here in Lovely Fashion House while you run over to the Space Rider to grab one, then you can return to the group. Large groups of survivors require a significant amount of babysitting, and something as basic as getting everyone out of a store or down a staircase is a massive chore. Take this slow and head down the stairs and then work your way to the restrooms to get everyone back to the shortcut to Paradise Plaza. Once you're back in the restrooms, do a quick head count to make sure all 6 of your survivors are with you, and then you can save your game. Take the shortcut and make sure everyone makes it through. Then proceed as normal back through Paradise Plaza to the warehouse. Feel free to take out the cult members on your way and recharge your batteries at Cam's camera. Then just take these 6 through the warehouse and up to the roof. Then get them all into the security room after they get stuck on each other for what feels like ages trying to get up that stupid step. It may take you multiple trips to get everyone back inside, so just be quick to get back out to the roof so they don't die on you. Once they're all safe and sound, go ahead and save at the green bench. It should be very close to 5 PM around the time you're heading back into the mall. You'll get a call from Otis about a man in an antique shop in the entrance plaza. Answer it and listen to it in its entirety, as is the custom. You'll likely get another call immediately for a woman in the children's clothing store in the entrance plaza. Again, answer this and listen to it right away. You will get a third call here about a man in the cosmetics shop in the entrance plaza getting shot at. Answer this one and listen to it. Gee whiz, guys, do you think we need to go to the entrance plaza next? Of course we do. If you need some healing, go ahead and take a pit stop at Colombian Roastmasters for orange juice. Otherwise, just head straight into the entrance plaza for a cutscene and Psychopath battle. Once you regain control, immediately turn and head up the escalator. You'll have to face off against Roger, Jack, and Thomas. Take a picture of each one of them before wasting them with your Mega Buster. They will likely run from you, and you should just be able to chase them down while firing at them from behind. Heal yourself if you're damaged, and grab their sniper rifles if you want. Once they're all dead, head back to Estelle's Fine Lady Cosmetics to find Wayne. Talk to him and take his picture, and then he'll join up with you after he sees that the snipers are gone. I unlocked Marathon Runner right here. This is a cumulative achievement across all your playthroughs. So if you didn't get it here yet, that's fine. Just keep running around and you'll unlock it eventually. You may want to forego use of skateboards until Marathon Runner unlocks though. Once it does, you're free to resume using as many skateboards as you want. Once Wayne is with you, go ahead and tell him to wait in Estelle's Fine Lady Cosmetics. Then head down the escalator and head to Grandma's Kids on the right side of the entrance plaza. Inside, you'll find Jolie, talk to her, and then try to leave the store after Frank mentions Lady Space. She'll tell you to wait and then join up with you. Escort Jolie back to Wayne at Estelle's Fine Lady Cosmetics on the second level of the entrance plaza. Take Jolie and Wayne around to Lady Space on the left side of the second level of the entrance plaza. We're going to get a call from Otis about Ronald wanting food shortly, so go ahead and take a pit stop in the Shoehorn to grab a bag of chips from in here. You'll pass it on the way to Lady Space. Once you have the chips, head into Lady Space. Jolie and Rachel will be reunited and you'll be able to take a photo of them hugging for a PP bonus. Make sure to snap a photo of Rachel and Jolie, PP bonus or not, for Census Taker. Talk to Rachel and get her to join up with you. Then set your marker for Antique Lover. Cross the walkway and turn right to enter Ned's Knick-Knackery. Inside you'll find Floyd. Talk to Floyd for what feels like ages until he joins up with you. Take a picture of Floyd while he's busy gabbing, again, for Census Taker. You can grab swords or battle axes in here if you want to outfit Wayne. Floyd is an old man and you'll have to carry him, although he does okay in brief stints on his own. As soon as I left Ned's Knick-Knackery, I got the call from Otis about Ronald. Answer this and listen to it in its entirety before picking up Floyd and heading back towards Paradise Plaza with your survivors. Once the 3 of them are behind you and Floyd's on your back, go ahead and zone into Paradise Plaza. If you didn't grab the chips, remember you need to get Ronald food. Tell everyone to wait by the door to the warehouse and run up to Colombian Roastmasters and grab another pie for Ronald. Then head back down. Take everyone back to the warehouse and then up to the security room and make sure to drop your Mega Buster outside so you can refresh it once you're inside. Now head into the room with the blue door and talk to Ronald. Give him the chips or pie and he'll be satisfied. You'll avert the mutiny and things will be back to normal. Head to the green bench and save your game. Now we have a fairly lengthy period of time before another event happens, but that doesn't mean we can sit idly by. Now is the perfect opportunity to head back into the mall and collect the maintenance tunnel key as well as restock on weapons and healing items. Head back down to the warehouse and zone into Paradise Plaza. The goal right now is Leisure Park, but feel free to kill the Cult of the True Eye here and grab a skateboard from Sport Trance before getting there. If you don't have Marathon Runner yet, just hoof it without the skateboard. Simply cross Leisure Park and head to the parking lot. Get in the red sports car and drive into the maintenance tunnels. You'll get a call from Otis here for entering the maintenance tunnels for the first time. Listen to it while you drive through killing zombies. He'll tell you about the key as a nice little hint. Take the classic route for old time's sake. Drive the sports car left to meat processing and then swap over to the box truck. Turn right and head back where you came from. Take the first left and then immediately turn right and crash. Get out and enter the storage room and head to the back to find the maintenance tunnel key. Pick it up, then exit the storage room and get back in your truck. We're done here, so back up and drive out of the maintenance tunnels and exit to Leisure Park. Swap from the truck to the red sports car, then turn around and head to the food court. We need to kill some time here while we wait for girl hunting to become available. Feel free to mix some wines together here to make quick steps, or just take them for the road. Also, heading up to the Space Rider in Wonderland Plaza to get a small chainsaw is also a decent plan. You can also take a save in the Wonderland Plaza restrooms if you see fit. When you're ready, enter the North Plaza. Move towards Seon's food and stuff and you'll immediately start a psychopath battle with Isabella. Isabella is annoying because she will constantly charge you while on a motorcycle, making it difficult to get a shot of your Mega Buster off. You'll take her out after a few shots with your Mega Buster, so just try and get a shot off every time she charges you, and tank the hit if you have to. Heal using the wine or quick steps that you should have grabbed in the food court. Not much strategy required here. Keep blasting her, and then you'll get a cutscene once it's over. This is another brief lull in Dead Rising. You can head back to the restrooms in Wonderland Plaza to save if you want. You can also grab another small chainsaw from the Space Rider if you went back to Wonderland. The main goal right now is just waiting, so head to Seon's food and stuff in the North Plaza. You'll want to be in here before 12 AM. You should really just hang out at Seon's immediately after the Isabella fight, just to be safe. Jump onto one of the freezers and, chill out until 12 AM rolls around. You'll get a call from Otis about meeting Isabella. Listen to it in its entirety. Once you get the call, leave Seon's and enter the North Plaza. You'll get another call immediately about the cult being in Colby's Movieland. Listen to this in its entirety as you make your way through the North Plaza. As you work your way towards Isabella in the abandoned store, you'll encounter Kindle. Just run towards him and he'll stop shooting at you. Clear the zombies around and talk to him, and eventually he'll join up with you. Once Kindle joins, enter the room on the right for a cutscene. Kill the zombie on Isabella and then open the door. Snap a picture of Isabella and Kindle. If you've been diligent in taking pictures of every survivor, you should get the Census Taker achievement at this point. If not, don't worry, there's still plenty of survivors for you left to take pictures of. The only way this makes sense for the unlock to trigger now is that Carlito and Kent both count as survivors for this achievement, despite them being psychopaths. If you haven't unlocked Census Taker at this point, continue photographing every survivor you come across until it unlocks. Then you're free to stop. Back on track, you'll need to carry Isabella, so pick her up. Kindle usually does reasonably well with just his shotgun and following you, but don't forget about him. Do your best to avoid the use of queens since it's nighttime. The glowworms are super annoying here if you do. Once you hit the exit, zone into Leisure Park. Make sure to put Isabella down and clear out large swaths of zombies with the real Mega Buster or your small chainsaw for Kindle. Continue through the park to Paradise Plaza. Don't forget, you can heal Kindle by giving him wines or orange juice. Just remember to also give him back his shotgun. Then zone into the warehouse with Kindle and Isabella and onto the roof. You'll automatically zone in with Isabella when you get to the step. Make sure you send Kindle first so he's close enough to zone in with you. He should make it regardless, and if not, just pick him up again by zoning out and back inside. After this cutscene, I hit level 50. That means the achievement level max unlocked. You can safely ditch the World News book at this point, and any other books that give PP bonuses. If you're not quite 50 yet, for whatever reason, you'll easily hit it regardless of having the book or not as we continue rescuing survivors. After rescuing Kindle, his survivor slot will be opened up and another 3 survivors will spawn in the hunting shack. They're hanging around for a while, so we can delay them for a bit. Save at the green bench. It's time for another psychopath battle. You definitely want to take this save. There isn't a lot of time until we need to be back in the security room for Santa Cabeza. There is just enough time to fight Sean and get the survivors in Colby's Movieland back though. Skipping Santa Cabeza is a legitimate way to unlock the Saint achievement. However, we do need to complete overtime mode for the achievement as well as being a requirement for unlocking infinite mode. Absolutely make sure you finish Santa Cabeza by any means necessary. Head back down to Paradise Plaza, Grab some orange juice if you need some healing items, otherwise just head straight through Paradise Plaza into Colby's Movieland. You are on a bit of a time crunch here. I got a call from Otis after killing a set of cultists about Floyd requesting wine. Make sure to take this call, it's required. When you're done with that call, head into theater number 4. It's the purple one. After the cutscene, snap a photograph of Sean. You should get the Psycho Collector achievement. If you didn't, there are a couple more psychopaths to take photos of. Sean's a quick boy, and he'll mess you up really hard. I found the Mega Buster not overly accurate or effective here. Sean is just too fast. I ran away and healed, and then switched back to Old Faithful, the small chainsaw. He goes down without much issue regardless, just be aware he's quite aggressive. You may have better success just running him down with the small chainsaw instead of the Mega Buster. That's what I did. After this fight, you'll get a key and the remaining cult members will flood the theater. Take them out using the Mega Buster or small chainsaw, and then head back inside. Rescue Nathan, Michelle, Ray, and Beth, and then use the key to open up the locked door and save Cheryl. Take photographs of the survivors if you'd like. Feel free to pick up the Brainwashing Tips book as well. The Brainwashing Tips book allegedly improves survivors. It's hard to quantify exactly what this means, but it does feel like it helps. It may just be confirmation bias. You can also grab the ceremonial sword if you need a weapon. Outfit your survivors with weapons if you can spare them, and then head out of the theater with all 5. Escort them through Colby's back to Paradise Plaza. This is a slow process, but you should have enough time to get them all back before Santa Cabeza finishes. I got a call from Otis about midway through Paradise Plaza. Do not miss this call, and make sure you listen to the entirety of the conversation. Then head back to the warehouse and back up to the roof and security room with your 5 survivors. I had just enough time to get everyone back and enter the office to finish Santa Cabeza. If you fail, reload your save and try to get a faster fight with Sean and better survivor AI luck. You can also delay the fight with Sean and just wait to finish Santa Cabeza and then do Sean afterwards. That's your judgment call to make. Either do Sean and then finish Santa Cabeza, or finish Santa Cabeza and then do Sean immediately afterwards. The timeline will be a bit tighter, but that's your call. Once you've rescued those 5 survivors, their spots will be freed up and more survivors will be able to spawn in. Gil Jimenez will now be able to spawn and you can safely rescue him. Back in the security room, I still had wine with me from back when we fought Isabella on the motorcycle, so I just headed into the room with the yellow door and gave it to Floyd to fulfill his request. Don't worry if you don't, we'll go get some wine shortly. Immediately head back down to Paradise Plaza. Feel free to grab a skateboard from Sport Trans to speed up this process if you've already unlocked Marathon Runner. Exit to Leisure Park and cross it to get to the food court. The convicts will have respawned again, but you can safely ignore them or deal with them, that's your call. Inside the food court, you'll find Gil at Chris's Fine Foods. This is your chance to pick up some wine for Floyd's request if you haven't done it yet. Keep talking to Gil and he'll stop talking eventually. During the conversation, you can photograph him for a PP bonus, and you should take his picture if you haven't unlocked Census Taker yet. Eventually, he'll just start laughing and you won't be able to talk to him anymore. You'll have to attempt to leave and he'll ask you to wait. Come back to him and he'll join up with you. Check the time. If it's before 4 AM, you should be able to safely enter Wonderland Plaza, and you can grab a fresh small chainsaw and use the shortcut to get back to Paradise Plaza and take Gil back up to the warehouse into the security room. To be very safe, just avoid Wonderland Plaza for now and head back through Leisure Park to Paradise Plaza and back to the warehouse and security room that way. If you enter Wonderland Plaza and Paul has spawned for long-haired punk, regardless of whether or not you've got the call, Mindy and Debbie can and will die. It's safest to just avoid Wonderland Plaza here. Do as I say, not as I do. If it's after 4 AM when you zone into Paradise Plaza, you'll get a call from Otis about a long-haired punk. Take this call, then give Gil a shoulder and escort him all the way back to the security room. Now you should fulfill Floyd's request for wine if you haven't finished it yet, and then save at the green bench. The current goal is to go to the Hunting Shack as there's 3 unlisted survivors there. Head back out to the rooftops. If you don't have a photograph of the duct, make sure you take one on the way out of here. We need it shortly. Lock it in if you haven't yet. Head down to Paradise Plaza, restock on healing items or things like skateboards if you need to, and then exit to Leisure Park. Head north and up to the North Plaza. Cleave through the North Plaza and take the hallway to reach the Hunting Shack at the end. Try to enter the hunting shack and you'll be shot at by survivors. Promptly leave once the bullets start flying. Jonathan will come out to talk to you, but don't stand too close. Talk to him and show him the picture of the duct once he asks you about it. Keep standing still or risk getting shot at. Then the group will eventually join up with you. Since you're here, you can grab a couple of shotguns for yourself if you want, but it's not overly necessary. Snap a photo of the group if you want, or if you still haven't finished Census Taker before heading out. Since Long-Haired Punk is active, you'll want to avoid Wonderland Plaza still. Go ahead and leave the hunting shack and head left and escort these 3 survivors through the North Plaza to zone out to Leisure Park. Then just continue through to Paradise Plaza, through the warehouse, and then up to the security room. Accept your now useless PP gains for the rescue and save at the green bench in standard fashion. Our current goal is to finish Long-Haired Punk now. There is a bit of a stipulation here. You need to get a call from Otis about the sick man, which should occur at 8 AM. You'll likely need to kill some time here before that happens. Head down to Paradise Plaza, recharge your batteries and Cam's camera, restock on orange juice and Colombian roast masters, and you'll want to have at least 1 or 2 on you. If you can, a queen or 2 should be a good pickup as well. Then just chill out near the restrooms until 8 AM. Once you get the call from Otis, listen to it in its entirety and then take the shortcut to Wonderland Plaza. Set your marker to Long-Haired Punk. As per usual, if you need to, head up to the Space Rider to grab a new small chainsaw. Then jump down and enter Casual Gals to start the Psychopath battle with Paul. After the cutscene, take a photograph of Paul if you haven't gotten the Psycho Collector achievement yet. Otherwise, just run towards Paul and start swinging your small chainsaw. He should go down without issue this way. If he ends up running, shoot him in the back with the Mega Buster and he should go down without any issues. After the cutscene, run to grab the fire extinguisher. Take a picture of Paul if you want for a laugh, and then use the fire extinguisher on him to douse the flames. Talk to him, and he'll recover from his insanity and join up with you. Then open the back room and rescue Mindy and Debbie. Give Paul an orange juice to heal him, and then a weapon if you can spare it. Now exit Casual Gals and head into the children's play area with your 3 survivors. Now clear out the zombies around the large soccer ball. Queens are good here, as are small chainsaws in a pinch. Afterwards, climb up onto the soccer ball and talk to Susan. She'll join up without much issue. Then continue through with your expanding posse into Estelle's Fine Lady Cosmetics. You'll find Leroy. Talk to him until he joins up with you. The goal, as usual, is to get these 5 survivors to the restrooms. You'll likely have to hold Susan's hand while escorting the group. Just take it at a reasonable pace, stop and clear any zombies you need to, and you'll eventually get to the restrooms. Once everyone's inside, do a quick head count and take the shortcut to Paradise Plaza. Standard operating procedure here. Escort your survivors back through Paradise Plaza, through the warehouse, and then up to the roof to the security office. Fortunately, that was the last large group of survivors, so pat yourself on the back. The last 2 are very close by and easy rescues by comparison. If you still have the Brainwashing Tips book, it's a pretty safe bet to discard it at this point, but you can hang on to it until we finish Survivors if you really want to. You'll have some time to kill here as the next events don't happen until 11 AM. It should be between 5 and 12 real-time minutes depending on how fast you were with the survivors. Use this time to restock on healing items like orange juice or nectars from Colombian Roast Masters, or grab a small chainsaw and the entertainment, criminal biography, and engineering books. Once it's close to 11 AM, head back to the warehouse and wait in the elevator. You'll hear an announcement from Carlito, and once it's finished, you'll be immediately called by Otis. Make sure to take this call, it's mandatory for the achievement. Once it's finished, head up to the rooftop and enter the security room to finish Last Resort. Save your game once the cutscene's finished. Bomb Collector seems like a priority, but it's actually not. If you fail to do Kent's challenge, right now, you'll lose access to a survivor. Obviously, that's the priority. Head to good old Colombian Roast Masters. Head outside and down to the warehouse. You'll get a call from Isabella telling you about the bomb plan. Listen to it in its entirety, even though it's not mandatory for Otis's transmissionary achievement. Once the call is over, exit to Paradise Plaza and head up to Colombian Roast Masters. You will have a little bit of time to kill here before Kent shows up. Make sure you're fully healed up and then just chill here until noon. It should only be a few minutes of real-time waiting. Once noon hits, you'll immediately get a cutscene. Once you regain control, you'll start the Psychopath battle versus Kent. Due to good planning, you'll also get a call from Otis immediately at 12 PM about Kindle attempting to leave with your survivors. You need to accept this call while fighting Kent. Go ahead and run around in circles, avoiding Kent until you get through the call in its entirety. Use the wall between the Hall and Colombian Roastmasters to maintain a safe distance between yourself and Kent. Just run around in circles. Since this battle has already taken forever, go ahead and snap a photo of Kent and then waste him with the Mega Buster. You'll get another cutscene. Now rescue Tad and take his picture as well for Census Taker. Then talk to him and get him to join up with you. This is simple. Escort him back to the warehouse and zone in. Feel free to recharge your batteries at Cam's camera along the way. Inside the warehouse, you'll get another call from Otis about Simone Ravendark. Listen to the call, but you can safely ignore it for now. Just continue back up to the security room with Tad and rescue him. Inside, head through the office and hunt down Kindle in the room with the green door. Talk him down and you'll avert the mutiny. We're getting really close to the end of these survivor shenanigans. Go ahead and rest at the green bench to save your game. It's time to rescue Simone now, and she's the last survivor. It's pretty basic. Just go ahead and get back down to Paradise Plaza, cross through to Child's Play, and then cross to Players, and you'll find Simone hiding among the racks at the back by the window. Talk to her, and eventually she'll join up with you since you've completed Santa Cabeza and know Isabella's medical background. If you didn't complete Santa Cabeza, Simone is unsavable. That's just a fun little trivia bit. Go ahead and take her back to the security room now. Clear out the zombies on the way through Paradise Plaza and embrace your victory. Take Simone through the warehouse and back up to the roof and finally into the security room. Simone Ravendark is the last survivor that we needed to save. We no longer have to deal with this awful survivor AI. The Saint achievement is in the bag, but we won't unlock it until we complete overtime mode and get the true ending. Since you're here, go ahead and save at the green bench and pat yourself on the back. All books related to survivors should be discarded at this point. If you still have world news or brainwashing tips, just drop them and don't look back. Those inventory spaces are far more valuable. It's finally time to do Bomb Collector. Head back down to Paradise Plaza. Make absolutely sure to recharge your batteries at Cam's camera here. If you don't have the entertainment, engineering, and criminal biography books, I strongly recommend them with a small chainsaw as a contingency plan, but we shouldn't need it. You should have ample time to restock on inventory, even if it means going to Wonderland Plaza and the food court if you have to. Once your inventory is full, head down to the restrooms in Paradise Plaza and save your game if you want to. Since we have the maintenance tunnel key, head straight through the door ahead and enter it to get to the maintenance tunnels. Head down these stairs and exit to find a white sedan. Get inside it. Immediately turn to your left twice to get started down the path. Once it loops around to the right, stop and pick up the first bomb from the truck. Now go back to the white car and continue along the path. Continue straight until you hit a T-junction and then turn to your left. You'll likely encounter Carlito here, but ignore him for now. At the end of this path, you'll find another truck. Get out and pick up the second bomb. Carlito will likely try to ram you and hopefully he gets stuck. Do your best to shoot him 2 or 3 times with the Mega Buster. If you kill him, you'll get a cutscene here and your position will be reset close to where you came from. That white sedan will also have respawned, so that's a nice little bonus. Go ahead and head back there now. Get inside and ignore the first left and take the second left turn. Follow this path until you can turn right. Then, once you hit the roundabout, turn left and left again to find another truck. Get out, grab the bomb, and get back inside. Turn around and head back to the roundabout. Turn left and then to your right. Take the next left to find another truck. Get out and grab the bomb from inside. Get back into your car and then head straight down this path. Follow this all the way to the end to reach meat processing. Grab the last bomb from the van on your left and you'll get a call from Isabella. Answer it and head back to the remaining truck. Get inside and follow the path back to the entrance to the maintenance tunnels that Carlito has barricaded. Exit the van and leave to get a cutscene. I am a terrible driver in video games and the white sedan held up just fine. As long as you're not driving into every wall you see, you should make it. If your car breaks and you need to run, just hoof it through the maintenance tunnels by using shopping carts or your small chainsaw with queens. Once you hit meat processing, get that last bomb and get into the truck and get the heck out of there. Once you regain control of Frank, get into the red sports car. Drive back into the maintenance tunnels, and the barricade is just mysteriously gone. Where'd it go? Drive through and turn right. Then turn left as soon as possible, followed by turning right as soon as possible to get back to the storage room we found the maintenance tunnel key in. You'll get a bonus cutscene here. Drive through the zombies, being very careful not to hit Zombie Brad. Get out of the car and take a photograph of him for the Snuff Shot B achievement. This one's a secret. Feel free to put him out of his misery before we move on. Get back in the car, back up and head forward, and then turn right and follow this road to get back to the exit to Paradise Plaza. Head upstairs and exit to Paradise Plaza. You will have some time to kill here before jamming device becomes available. It will likely be about 5 to 10 real-time minutes. Restock if you need weapons or healing items, and charge your batteries. Otherwise, this is just waiting around. Chill out in the warehouse until 5 PM. Apparently this is version dependent, and since I'm using the Platinum Hits Xbox 360 version, I got a call from Otis about Jesse being worried. If you're using the original Xbox 360 release, there may not be a call here about Jesse. The PC, PS4, and Xbox One versions should also have this call about Jesse. Accept it and listen to it in its entirety. Regardless of version, you will get a call from Otis at 5 PM about Paul's request. Wait around for that second call to show up and accept it and listen to the whole thing. Thankfully, this one's pretty short. Once you've gotten Paul and Jesse's call, head back up to the elevator and enter the security room and into the security office. You'll immediately start Hideout. Before you leave, make sure to talk to Paul in the room with the yellow door and exhaust his dialogue. He'll give you a Molotov, and you can stock up on them if you want. They aren't overly strong or useful, but you can play around with them if you want. Once his request is fulfilled, save at the green bench if you want, then leave the security room. This is extremely straightforward, although I guess technically I did lie about not having to escort people anymore. You just need to follow Isabella from the roof all the way to the North Plaza. She's more competent than most survivors and should be okay. Just clear a path using your Mega Buster or small chainsaw and work your way through Paradise Plaza, through Leisure Park, and into the North Plaza. Carlito's hideout is on the way to the hunting shack, so head there now. We know Simone Ravendark is gonna ask for a handgun soon, so take a detour to the hunting shack and pick one up. Once you've got your handgun, return to Isabella and jump on the boxes to gain access to Carlito's hideout and complete the case, Hideout, with a cutscene. You'll be called back to the security room, so head there now. Head back through the North Plaza, then through Leisure Park, and then through Paradise Plaza. I was in Cam's camera when I got the call from Otis about Simone Ravendark wanting a favor. I bet it's a handgun. Do you think it's a handgun? Head up through the warehouse and into the security room via the vent and enter the office to complete Jesse's discovery. After the cutscene, you'll start The Butcher. When you regain control, head to the back and enter the room with the yellow door. Talk to Simone and give her the handgun to fulfill her request, then rest at the green bench to save. This is the final stretch for this playthrough. Set your marker to The Butcher. Since we have the maintenance tunnel key, we may as well use it again. Head through Paradise Plaza and past the restrooms to get down to the maintenance tunnels. Head straight down the stairs and hop in the white sedan again. Turn left and head straight until you can turn right. Then take the first left. Continue until you can turn right again and follow this path straight until the very end. Get out of the car and enter meat processing. You'll get a cutscene and start the Psychopath battle versus Larry the Butcher. Start the battle by snapping a photograph of Larry for posterity. Then unload shots of your Mega Buster into him until he goes down. That or just run him down with your small chainsaw, that's your call. Larry is the last unique character you meet in 72-hour mode, and that means once you see him, you'll get the full set achievement for meeting every character and establishing them in your notebook. After the fight, you'll get a cutscene. When you regain control, leave meat processing. There's a bit of time to kill before memories becomes available. Shortly after leaving, at 8 PM, you'll get a call from Otis about Cheryl's request. Thankfully, this is the last call from Otis, and once you answer it, you'll get the transmission area achievement. Now get in the truck and leave the maintenance tunnels. Hop in the red sports car and smash your way across Leisure Park to get back to Paradise Plaza. Simply get through Paradise Plaza, making sure to recharge your batteries at Cam's camera, and then enter the warehouse and head back up to the security room. Head to the office and enter the room with the blue door to find Cheryl. Talk to her and do the picture-taking minigame. You're likely well over level 50 at this point, so taking these pictures is pointless, but feel free to engage with the minigame and take as many pictures of Cheryl as you want. Once she's done posing, you'll have fulfilled her request. The survivor nightmare of Dead Rising is finally over. Rest at the green bench and save your game. There's only a little bit of time before Memories becomes available. It's best to just head there now. Exit the security room and head down to Paradise Plaza, cross Leisure Park, and head through the North Plaza to get to Carlito's hideout. You'll get a call from Isabella about needing a clue, head into Carlito's hideout and talk to her to trigger a cutscene. You'll complete the facts and be done the last case of 72-hour mode. Of course, there is a little bit extra we have to do. Make your way back to the security room now. Exit Carlito's hideout and cut through the North Plaza to Leisure Park, and then through the park to Paradise Plaza. You'll encounter a few cutscenes on the way back. Make sure to restock healing items at Colombian Roastmasters and recharge your batteries at Cam's camera. Now just head up to the security room from the warehouse. Inside the security room, enter the office for another cutscene. Open the door and head to the back rooms and take a picture of the now zombified Jessie for the Snuff Shot J achievement. Now just put Jessie out of her misery, just like we did with Brad. We could have had something great together. You can read a note left on the desk to see that Otis escaped with all of your survivors, so that's kinda nice, I guess. Go ahead and save at the green bench and head back down all the way to Paradise Plaza. Your goal is just to get back to Carlito's hideout and talk to Isabella one more time. Go ahead and cut through Leisure Park and the North Plaza. Inside the hideout, you'll get a cutscene before resuming control. Go ahead and save on Carlito's carpet. The mall will now have Special Forces soldiers. Just like with the cultist, you can end up being captured by them. You cannot get captured, otherwise you won't be able to get the Unbreakable achievement. Always keep plenty of healing items on you and be careful. If you get captured, simply reload your save. Never allow yourself to be captured and continue playing. Always reset. We have roughly 12 in-game hours to kill. We can do a good number of these upcoming achievements in overtime mode, but since we have to wait around anyways, it's better to get them out of the way now. Now is also a reasonable opportunity to begin stocking up on queens. We will need 10 in overtime mode, and the more we can gather now, the faster we can get through overtime mode. Of course, that's entirely optional. There is ample time to collect the queens in overtime mode. Starting off, we're going to go shoot down a helicopter. After saving, leave Carlito's hideout and exit the North Plaza to Leisure Park. You can take a pit stop at the hunting shack to grab some sniper rifles if you prefer, or hunt down some machine guns from the Special Forces soldiers. Restocking on healing items from Seon's food and stuff is also a great idea if you're low before attempting this. I just use the Mega Buster, but sniper rifles are probably a much easier time, so you should probably get some. You'll want to head out to the picnic area in Leisure Park and jump onto the roof. Get eyes on the helicopter and start taking pot shots at it with your Mega Buster. This isn't the easiest task to accomplish as the helicopter is constantly moving and the Mega Buster shots are actually pretty slow. The helicopter will start to make strafing runs over you, so you can try and fire the Mega Buster straight above Frank, and hopefully a shot connects as the helicopter flies over you. The helicopter will also stop and fire missiles at Frank, which is another opportunity to unload shots at it until it eventually gets hit. Eventually, you'll probably end up hitting it just by the amount of shots you're going to fire. The alternative is to go to the hunting shack and get yourself a few sniper rifles. This should make hitting the helicopter easier, but it will take more shots to bring it down. There's so much time to kill here that it's not really an issue with how long this takes. Once the helicopter finally goes down, you'll get the helicopter achievement. The helicopter respawns every time you leave and come back to Leisure Park, so try to avoid it from now on. There's still some more for us to do this playthrough. You'll likely need a new Mega Buster after that, so head back to Paradise Plaza. Special Forces are in the mall now, so slaughter them indiscriminately. You'll need to kill 10 for an achievement. I killed enough of them in my first pass into Paradise Plaza, but just keep running around the mall until you've killed at least 10 and unlocked the Legendary Soldier achievement. You'll also want to collect the machine guns that they drop. Take 2 or 3 or 4 with you just in case, but absolutely do not fire any of them. Not a single round until I tell you. Restock on healing items if you need to at Colombian Roastmasters. You'll want to maintain a good amount of healing from now on because of the Special Forces around. Once you've got your hands on some machine guns, head through Paradise Plaza into the maintenance tunnels. Take our old friend, the white sedan, and head through the tunnels to reach the meat processing plant. Now head inside. Do your best to clear the area of zombies, at least on one side, so you won't be bothered. Once you're relatively clear, equip one of the machine guns. Take aim at one of the sides of beef and unload the entire magazine into it. You should unlock the Perfect Gunner achievement for not missing a single round. If you don't get it, try again with another machine gun. If you still didn't get it, you'll have to unlock Perfect Gunner the old-fashioned way. Find a large group of zombies and methodically shoot each and every one of them until you're out of bullets. Then you should unlock the achievement. There is one final way to unlock this achievement at the very end of Overtime mode, but it's worth getting done now as there just isn't anything better to do at the time. With those 3 achievements, we've done most of what we can do, and it's just a matter of waiting until noon for the helicopter to arrive. I returned to the North Plaza and hung out in Carlito's hideout with Isabella. It's a good idea to double check your achievements at this point to make sure you haven't missed anything. You should only have 10 left to get. The first 2 achievements related to saving survivors, Humanist and Lifesaver, will be unlocked once we finish this 72-hour mode playthrough, and we'll get the Overtime mode achievement then as well. Saint, Unbreakable, and Infinite mode will unlock once we finish Overtime mode and get the true ending. Finally, Indoorsman, Outdoorsman, followed by 5, and 7-Day Survivor. These will be the focus of the final video and will be unlocked in Infinite mode. If you have any other miscellaneous achievements to do, like for instance, Strike or Karate Champ, now is your opportunity to try and get them done. To avoid too much exposure to the Special Forces and reduce the risk of getting captured, I opt to just wait with Isabella in Carlito's hideout once there's just those 10 final achievements left to get. This was about 45 minutes of waiting around. I just wandered off for a bit and left the game running. Eventually you'll get a cutscene and the Special Forces will leave the mall. Talk to Isabella at this point and she'll tell you to save yourself. Sure, I can go ahead and do that. There's only 2 hours left until noon when we have to be at the heliport. This is about 12 real-time minutes. The mall will be devoid of zombies and Special Forces at this point, so now is your chance for a final restock before starting Overtime mode. Grab a small chainsaw, the entertainment, engineering, and criminal biography books. Grab some skateboards from Sport Trance if you want, and as many healing items as you can get your grubby little hands on. Heading to the food court to mix a few quick steps is also a good idea. Once you're stocked, go ahead and head through Paradise Plaza, up through the warehouse, and back to the security room. Head through the office and go up the stairs and out through the very first door we came in. Everything's come full circle. Wait here until noon when the helicopter will arrive. You'll have a good chunk of time to kill here. If you haven't quite finished Marathon Runner, you can just run around in circles to up your step count. Otherwise, just chill out and let the timer tick down. You should also use this time to familiarize yourself with Frank's special moves, as they will be quite valuable moving forward. Understanding how to do the double lariat, somersault kick, and judo kick will be extremely helpful. For you. Granted, you should have already mastered the double lariat. After the cutscene, you'll unlock the achievement Overtime mode and see the credits. Of course, this also leads straight into Overtime mode. Frank will wake up in Carlito's hideout with Isabella. You'll be tasked with gathering a bunch of equipment from around the mall so Isabella can make a makeshift cure. Head out to the North Plaza and you'll get a cutscene. There are now gun drones around the mall. If you need some weapons, take a quick pit stop to Ripper's Blades and grab some swords. Otherwise, continue towards Leisure Park and zone into it. If you have a skateboard left over from 72-hour mode, use it to speed up the process of cutting through the park and cross into Paradise Plaza. Head up the stairs and fight the 3 or 4 Special Forces soldiers you'll find here. Enter Sport Trance and grab the cold spray. You can also grab a fresh skateboard to speed up the process of getting around the mall if you want. Head into Colombian Roast Masters and grab the blender. Heal yourself with orange juice and grab some more for the road if you need to. Exit and head downstairs. Enter Cam's camera and jump over the counter at the back of the store to find the developing solution. Now leave and enter the warehouse. There are a lot of Special Forces in the warehouse, so proceed carefully. Take them out with your small chainsaw or sword or Mega Buster, whatever you got, and then zone up to the roof. Enter the duct one last time. Enter the security office and grab the coffee filters from the desk by the monitors. Also restock on your Mega Buster if you need to. This door is no longer welded shut, so exit and head down the long hallway to reach the entrance plaza. Immediately head downstairs to enter Sports High. Kill any non-special forces that you see here and then grab the camp stove from the shelf on your left. Now exit and head north back towards Paradise Plaza. Head up the escalator and kill any special forces in your way before entering Estelle's Fine Lady Cosmetics at the top. Grab the perfume bottle and then leave, heading back down the escalator and zone into Paradise Plaza. Cut straight through Paradise Plaza to the restrooms and take the shortcut to Wonderland Plaza. In Wonderland Plaza, take a left outside the restrooms to enter Wonder Jewels. Head inside, kill any special forces in here, and grab the magnifying glass from the back of the store. We're done in Wonderland. Head north and zone into the North Plaza. Head straight to Seon's Food and Stuff and head inside. Seon's is crawling with special forces, so you'll need to be very careful inside. Take them all out and use the orange juice or milk from the coolers to heal if you need to. Once you've cleared Seon's of special forces, head back to the seafood and meat sections and head into the door. Follow the hallway to reach the first aid kit. Now get out of Seon's Food and Stuff, grabbing some healing items on the way if you need them. Since it's here, jump on the motorcycle and drive back to Carlito's hideout and drop off the equipment for Isabella. You'll get a cutscene. Once you regain control of Frank, you'll need to gather queens, but before that, the power has mysteriously gone out. Isabella will tell you that there's a backup generator in the clock tower. It's off to Leisure Park again. Head to the clock tower in the center of Leisure Park and you'll get a cutscene. Frank will find a tunnel and a way out of the mall. Make sure to check the breaker panel on the opposite side of the hole to get the generator. Don't forget to get the generator. It's really easy to get the cutscene and then think you're done and leave. Since we need queens now, it's time to head back and grab a book that will help us spot them. Enter Paradise Plaza and turn right to enter Contemporary Reading. It's across from the warehouse door. Pick up the book called Weekly Photo Magazine immediately on your left. This puts PP stickers above zombies' heads. Zombies with queens have green markers on them, so you're going to want to look out for green PP stickers as you move forward. Not all green PP stickers are queens, but it definitely narrows down the search. Leave Paradise Plaza back out to Leisure Park, then just head immediately back up to the North Plaza, cross through, and head back to Carlito's hideout. Give Isabella the generator and you'll immediately reload the area. There are zombies in the mall now. Feel free to save on Carlito's carpet if you want. If you have any queens in your inventory, give them to Isabella now. Keep a running total of how many you need to hand in to her. I had 3, so I handed them to Isabella. Now I only need 7 more. The goal now is to head to the maintenance tunnels for high zombie density. If you see a green PP sticker while on the way, kill the zombie and take the queen. Exit to Leisure Park and then hang a right to head into the maintenance tunnels. Get in the red sports car and drive inside. The goal here is simple. Look for green markers, drive over them, get out of the car, grab the queen, and then get back in the car. Not every green marker will be a queen. Some of them are zombies pushing shopping carts or acetylene tanks. You'll need to start trading everything you've got for queens at this point. Dump off healing items, books, skateboards, or whatever you may be carrying. You'll have ample time before Frank is zombified, so break this into 3 or 4, even 5 or 6 trips if you prefer to maintain your inventory. Since I had already handed in 3, I opted to just do 1 final trip and I got 7 queens. Drop anything that's unnecessary for the queens, but try and keep at least 1 healing item and 1 weapon for emergencies. Once you're done, leave the maintenance tunnels, grab the fresh sports car and drive back to the North Plaza. Zone in and then head up to Carlito's hideout. Drop off all the queens you have and keep track of your count. Isabella will say something to you every time you drop a queen off, but you can short-shuck the dialogue by running away, and that lets you turn in queens a little bit faster. At queen number 9, you can opt to save your game. You can do a final trip around the mall to restock on weapons like small chainsaws and healing items if you want, but it's absolutely not necessary. It can help with the final section, but it's designed to be completed with absolutely no inventory. There is a fairly cheesy strategy you can do for the final boss in the game. I would actually recommend it as it's essentially a free win. Make a quick detour to the food court. Enter Frozen Dreams and grab the 2 frozen ice pops. Mix the 2 ice pops in the blender to make a Spitfire. Keep this in your inventory and don't use it until I tell you. Now, you can just head back to Isabella. Once you're ready, turn in the 10th queen. You'll get a cutscene and be automatically taken to the tunnel under the clock tower. There's a save point you can take immediately if you choose. The main goal here is to use Isabella's anti-zombie perfume to avoid the zombies. Hold Isabella's hand and walk through the tunnel until you reach a gate. Turn left and tell Isabella to go through the small grate. While she's opening the main gate, you'll have to fend for yourself. If you're unarmed, use skills like the double lariat to create distance. If you still have a small chainsaw, just cleave through everything. Spare queens can also be used here for great effect. Once the gate opens, grab Isabella's hand again and start working your way through the tunnel. It's linear, just proceed relatively slowly and don't take any overly sharp turns. Isabella's hand just doesn't handle that well. Once you reach the door, zone through it. You have to do the same process in this next section. Escort Isabella through the zombie horde until you reach another locked gate. Send her through and take care of the zombies around you using queens, the small chainsaw, or the double lariat until she gets the gate open. Now grab her hand again and escort her down the ramp until you zone into the next area. You'll get a cutscene. Once you regain control of Frank, there's another save point here, which you should definitely take. You'll have to carry Isabella on your back now, drop down and carry her. Now head left and work your way around until you can climb a staircase. Head to the top, put Isabella down and use the lever to open the gates. Pick up Isabella again and head down. If you don't have the perfect gunner achievement yet for whatever reason, you can use the Jeep here as a target. Kill the 2 Special Forces soldiers and pick up their machine guns. Clear the zombies around you, and then dump the machine gun's magazine at the Jeep, and you should get the perfect gunner achievement, provided you didn't get it earlier in 72-hour mode. Once you're done, go ahead and pick up Isabella and head for the Jeep. Now use the Jeep with her nearby, and you'll get inside and get another cutscene. If you've opted for the Spitfire strategy, drink the Spitfire before getting in the Jeep with Isabella. You have to do it before you get in the Jeep. You'll start the battle with the XM3 prototype tank. This is a classic Capcom rail shooter segment. This tank is impervious to damage except for the sensors with glowing green lights. At level 50, with full health, this fight should be a joke. The XM3 will constantly whiff its shells simply because of map topography and the way the track works. It'll miss and shoot walls, parts of the ground, or various pillars. You can stop the shells from coming by shooting the sensor dome that pops up, but it's not really worth your time. Just focus on the 2 sensors over the treads for the majority of the fight. They're easier to hit. Occasionally the tank will spawn drones, which you should divert your attention to take down, since they can deal a reasonable amount of damage and they're very easy to gun down. The fight is a bit long, but you should be able to wear it down well before you're even remotely in danger. Just stick to those green sensors over the treads and you'll be fine. Afterwards, you'll get another cutscene and you'll start the final battle with Brock. This is a fist fight with Brock one-on-one. Your entire inventory is stripped from you. This means 1 chance with no healing. If you're fast, you can somersault kick Brock twice in a row for an easy kill. I've never been able to pull it off. When you're inevitably knocked off the tank, you can use the double lariat to clear the zombies around you and then promptly jump back on. A valid strategy for Brock is standing on the lower level of the tank and spamming the double lariat and taking slow damage off of Brock's ankles. Otherwise, you'll have to fight him 1v1. You'll need to rely on jump kicks, judo kicks, and somersault kicks with hit-and-run tactics to wear Brock down eventually. I usually just resort to spamming double lariat, and eventually it works out. This fight is easily one of the hardest in the game, but I've never, ever lost it. If you do end up losing, you can just reload your save and redo the tank battle for another attempt at Brock. It's a bit of a lengthy punishment, but it's not overly difficult to get back to Brock from that final save point. If you've used the Spitfire, simply jump to the lower level of the tank. When you try to aim while Frank is unarmed, he will spit. With the Spitfire active, Frank's spit becomes as powerful as handgun bullets. Brock almost always just hangs out on the top section of the tank, so you can sit on the lower level and sit here spitting on him until he dies. Just like versus Adam, Frank's superpowered spit will go through Brock's guard and deal chip damage. The Spitfire should easily last long enough to take him out. If it does run out, just resort to basic hand-to-hand combat, as stated previously. For beating 72-hour mode, followed immediately by overtime mode, we'll unlock several achievements. You'll unlock infinite mode for unlocking the true ending. You'll unlock unbreakable for getting the true ending without getting captured by the cultists or special forces. You didn't get captured, right? After the credits are over, you'll get your playthrough statistics and unlockables. Since Isabella and Frank count towards your survivor total, you'll unlock Saint here as well. You'll also unlock infinite mode and have overtime available from the menu from now on. From the bonus PP for the true ending and the previous playthroughs, you gotta be level 50 at this point. There's no way you're not. There are only 4 achievements left, and they are by far the most tedious and annoying of all the achievements we've done so far. The final playthrough is here. At this point, there are only 4 achievements left to do. Outdoorsman and Indoorsman, followed by 5, and the dreaded 7-Day Survivor. 7-Day Survivor is by far and wide the worst achievement you'll likely ever do in a single sitting. It's not even that difficult, it's just ungodly boring. Waiting around for 14 hours for the achievement to pop is more of an exercise in patience than being an actual challenge. The Indoorsman and Outdoorsman achievements just require you to spend 24 uninterrupted in-game hours indoors and 24 uninterrupted in-game hours outdoors. Since we have to sit around for 7 days anyways, 2 days dedicated to just staying indoors and outdoors is not a problem. Normally a section like this would seem like a joke, but Infinite Mode is a gauntlet. You will have to put in 14 uninterrupted real-time hours to get 7-Day Survivor. You can't save and quit and then come back and resume the playthrough later. You have to complete it in one shot. This means you're going to want to avoid attempting this under the following circumstances. There are harsh weather conditions that could knock your power out. This includes heavy rain, wind, snow, hurricanes, tornadoes, flooding, etc. The last thing you want is for your power to go out at hour 10 because you'll have to start all over again from the beginning. This also applies to things around your neighborhood, such as maintenance on power lines or construction nearby. If you have some kind of battery backup system, it would be a good idea to put it onto your PC or console before attempting this. There's special attention if you're using an original model Xbox 360 that is prone to overheating and red ringing. You can use products like intercoolers or fans to help reduce the stress on your machine. You can also elevate your machine to improve airflow. This is going to be a gauntlet, and you can't shut your console down for a minimum of 14 hours, but likely closer to 16 total all in. You should utilize any advantage that you can to ensure your success. For a PC, this is usually a non-issue, as they can stay on almost indefinitely. You will want to be aware of potential Windows updates, forcing your machine to shut down before you're finished though. That would be a real pain. Consoles are a bit more of an issue. Losing 10 hours of progress to a crash is rough because your console overheated. The PS4 and Xbox One ports of Dead Rising also have a tendency to crash a lot. I don't recommend them for this reason. If that's your only option, I wish you good luck. Unfortunately, I'm fairly confident that you'll lose at least one attempt on PS4 or Xbox One because the game is just going to crash at some point on those platforms. As such, I would only recommend 7-Day Survivor on later generation Xbox 360s and PC, as they are much more consistent platforms. Assuming Brad's torso doesn't disappear on your PC. In fact, I would honestly suggest you just don't even bother with 7-Day Survivor, regardless of platform, just because of how boring it actually is to do. If there is anything else you have to do that may force you to be distracted, or otherwise forced to leave for extended periods of time, I would always pause your game. Even though it takes 20 minutes for Frank to die from lack of food, if you leave for any extended period of time, I strongly recommend you just pause and take care of it. Then come back and resume the 14-hour grind. This includes things that may seem fine, like grabbing a drink, or some food, or taking a bathroom break. You can easily go to the bathroom and then get distracted by something and then come back only to find that Frank's dead. I would strongly recommend just being as safe as possible. 7-Day Survivor will unlock at the 14-hour mark, but because of breaks for the restroom, food, and stretching, and things like that, you'll probably be closer to 16 hours if you follow this advice. Before we actually get into the game, you'll want to do some studying up on when things happened and what can happen during Infinite Mode. On recommendedplaying.com, you'll find various resources including a mall food map and Survivor and Psychopath timelines. I would strongly recommend having these open and referencing them throughout your attempt. For this video walkthrough, I try to take the path of least resistance. Taking a risk during the first hour is fine, but if you make a mistake when fighting Adam or Sean who can easily kill you during hour 7 or 8, it's just not worth it. Finally, there's an alleged glitch that occurs on day 4 in the food court which can crash your game. I haven't bothered to verify this because, quite honestly, throwing away an 8-hour attempt on a potential crash was just not that appealing. It may just be an urban myth, but avoid the food court on day 4. If you're after the food in there, I would recommend grabbing it at the very start or on day 3 and then never entering the food court again. It's easier to just avoid it altogether rather than risking a potential crash. This may very well just be an urban myth, but better safe than sorry. 7-Day Survivor is a gauntlet. You're going to commit an entire waking day of your life to this achievement alone. There is more than one way to complete 7-Day Survivor. You just need to survive for 7 days, and that means scrounging food for Frank. There isn't quite enough mall food to complete the full 7 days. You'll have to kill a few survivors and psychopaths for food. I strongly suggest saving the mall food until the final hours, as it's safer than fighting anything. Once you hit a certain time threshold, you can just resort to using the mall food to hit the final time target. The main goal of any infinite mode playthrough is to get the 3 health books immediately, before eating any food at all. These 3 books triple the effectiveness of Frank's food. This is fundamental to the infinite mode experience, and with these books active, you'll have a significantly easier time. Infinite mode with and without the 3 health books is like night and day. Now, we're gonna hit you with some math. Frank has 12 blocks of health, and it depletes fully every 20 minutes. This means you have to eat at regular intervals to stay alive. You will need a total of 504 blocks of health to get 7-Day Survivor to unlock after 7 days in the mall, go figure. That's assuming you take 0 damage from combat or running past zombies, which is just not a reasonable thing to expect. In fact, for the sake of your sanity, most of the food we get in this playthrough will be from survivors and psychopaths. Because it's just anything to do. You can refer to the food chart on recommendedplaying.com for healing values for base level food and food with each book. It's a good idea to keep this open while attempting 7-Day Survivor, just so you don't waste potential healing. There are also a few nuances to food in the mall. This is often described in 2 ways. Quote-unquote Frank's food and quote-unquote mall food. Mall food is very simple. It's just the food that's sitting around the mall waiting to be used. As long as you don't pick it up, it will remain there indefinitely, and it doesn't matter how many times you zone in and out of the area. It'll always stay exactly where it is. However, once you pick it up, it becomes Frank's food. Frank's food is anything that Frank has touched. This does include food from psychopaths and survivors. Even though you haven't picked it up yet, it still is classified as Frank's food. Frank's food will not be left on the ground when you zone in and out of an area. If you leave a jug of orange juice on the ground in the entrance plaza and then leave to Paradise Plaza and come back, that orange juice is just gone and cannot be recovered. It's lost to the ether. The simple solution to this is simple. Don't pick up mall food unless you're going to use it right away. If you've stockpiled a bunch of food from survivors or psychopaths and you don't have room for it, you should manage your inventory and hold up in a room, preferably one with a clock, until you've consumed it all. Once there's no food left on the ground and it's all been consumed or is in Frank's inventory, you're free to move. We will use this stockpiling strategy many times throughout Infinite Mode. Nothing is overly time sensitive in Infinite Mode. There's plenty of time, so don't rush and make sure to clear zombies safely using the Mega Buster before proceeding. The more risky you play, the more food that you have to get. It's better to spend a little more time than to rush through and take unnecessary damage. Frank, for whatever reason, doesn't have access to his watch in Infinite Mode. Instead, you'll have to rely on various clocks around the mall. There are a few safe areas where zombies will not be able to get you, and they have clocks in them so you can wait and watch as your life slowly ticks by. You will see how far you are along every time you zone into a new area as well, so that's another way to track your time. With all that said and done, it's time to actually start the playthrough. This is just what I did, and there's more than one way to finish this out. It's time to start the suffering that is 7-Day Survivor. Again, I would suggest that you abandon this and just go do anything else with your time, but here we go. Frank will spawn in the security room, just like if you've loaded in from a save at the green bench. Our goal is to take out the first set of survivors and psychopaths that spawn as soon as the game starts. Immediately head through the security room and pick up the real Mega Buster. This is going to trivialize every single encounter with a survivor or psychopath. Once you have the Mega Buster, exit via the vent to the rooftop. You'll find Otis here who will run at you. Show him the business end of your Mega Buster to thank him for all that constant harassment from your previous 2 72-hour mode playthroughs. Good riddance. Survivors and psychopaths will drop a cardboard box that will release food and weapons for Frank to use. Otis always drops a few useless weapons and a raw meat. Cooking this is a priority, as when cooked with the 3 health books, this is a full heal for Frank. That's 20 minutes of game time right there. That being said, do not eat any food until you've got the 3 health books. Once you've grabbed Otis's meat, head out to the warehouse. You can use the elevator or the door on the left side. Elevator is preferred since you won't take fall damage. Do as I say, not as I do. I use the door for most of this playthrough. At the bottom of the warehouse, you'll find a deceased Susan Walsh. Poor old woman didn't stand a chance. Take her cookies and add them to the item stockpile. Feel free to grab some weapons here too if you want, but the Mega Buster is the preference. Now exit the warehouse to Paradise Plaza. Cross through Paradise Plaza, straight to your left to enter the entrance plaza. Paul is in here and will be attempting to blow you up with remote control cars and Molotovs. Head up the stairs and waste him with the Mega Buster. He should go down in a handful of shots. Paul will drop a well done steak, an orange juice, and a squash. Make sure to pick up all 3 of these healing items, even if they fall off the ledge. Get all 3 healing items before moving forward. Once he's dead, head to the opposite side of the entrance plaza. The goal is to get to the Sinister Reed. You can use the upper level or a ground level, that's your call. The upper level likely has less zombies, so that's what you should probably do. Once you're inside the Sinister Reed, head to the right and grab the Health 2 book from the shelf behind the register. That's 1 of 3 books down. Since we're close and it's convenient to restock, head around the curve and exit back to the security room. This door is not welded shut in infinite mode, so you're free to come and go as you please. Drop your Mega Buster before zoning into the security room. Pass through and pick up another Mega Buster and then exit out to the rooftop. This is just a simple cross back to the warehouse. I went left and used the knee drop to avoid fall damage on the way down, then I just exited to Paradise Plaza. Just like how the security room door is not welded shut, we don't need the maintenance tunnel key to use the maintenance tunnels. Head to the restrooms in Paradise Plaza and zone down to the maintenance tunnels. Head down using the elevator or the stairs and exit to the maintenance tunnels near the white sedan. Wait here for just a minute, and eventually Carlito will show up in his truck to try to ram you. Avoid him, and start unloading into him with your Mega Buster. He'll die eventually. I got very unlucky here, and Carlito died next to the wall and much of his food was unsalvageable. Carlito always drops a well-done steak, a snack, and a cabbage. Losing out on the well-done steak really hurts, but it's fine. I'm not crying. Unfortunately, all I was able to scavenge was the cabbage. I vented my frustration by practicing my slice, and then I got into the white sedan. Now just drive through the maintenance tunnels to get back out to the parking lot. From here, swap to the red sports car and drive off to the North Plaza. You'll probably see the Hall family trying to snipe you, just ignore them for now and try not to take any damage. Those 3 will get what's coming to them soon. Enter the North Plaza and head into the empty store next to Crislips' home saloon where Cliff kept his hostages. Pick up the Health 3 book here. This is the most important one of the bunch as it doubles the effectiveness of food. Try not to eat anything until we get the 3rd book, but if you're absolutely desperate, now it's okay to eat something. Prioritize low-value foods like cabbages or snacks first. Always prioritize low-value food. Now it's time to head to Wonderland Plaza. Head through the North Plaza, across to Seon's Food and Stuff, only to find that it's completely locked down. Steven definitely doesn't allow vandalism in this store. Now exit the North Plaza and head down to Wonderland Plaza. Enter Sir Book-A-Lot on the 2nd level and get the 3rd health book, which ironically is Health 1. Once you have these 3 books, you probably need to eat something. Do a quick calculation and down something to top yourself up. Probably a snack or a squash. With these 3 books, it's also time to cook our steak from Otis. Head down to the food court from Wonderland Plaza. Inside, head to Central Tacos and put the raw meat in the oven to cook it into a well-done steak. Cooked meat never spoils, so that's one less thing to worry about now. I was at about 50% health here, and corn only heals 3 with the 3 health books, so I ate both the cobs of corn in Central's Tacos because it's convenient, and we don't want to come back here after day 4 because of potential glitches. Now you may have noticed, but Carlito is also here in the food court. This is exactly the same as the fight at the start of 72-hour mode with Brad. Climb up the boxes and get to the second level of the food court. Carlito will die in a single shot of the Mega Buster, so snipe him from ground level if you prefer. You do need to trigger his box of food, however, so you have to get to the top. This will usually go flying everywhere, so make sure you run around and harvest it. Carlito drops a yogurt, a snack, and another well-done steak. Now our goal is to kill a little bit of time for the next survivor to spawn so we can have enough food stockpiled to spend at least 24 hours outdoors for the achievement. Since Frank doesn't have a watch, you need to use the various clocks throughout the mall. The most convenient one is in Flexen in Fresca Plaza. You should head there now. Head into Flexen via the door. Do not smash the window as zombies will be able to get in. If you use the door, no zombies will be able to get in, and you can just wait in here at your leisure. You won't have to worry about anything. You'll be in here for a while. You'll need to wait until 7 AM for the next survivors to spawn. Here are some tips for these lengthy waiting around sections. We want to keep Frank stocked up with the higher yield food since it's more inventory efficient. That means you should eat anything low tier first, such as snacks and squash, before moving on to higher yield food. If you're in a situation where Frank's inventory is full, and you've just killed a survivor or psychopath, you need to leave the food in a safe area, such as Flexen in Fresca, then transport the extra food back there and wait. Once you've consumed the food and Frank's inventory is full again, then it's safe to move on. Here, my Mega Buster was a little low, so I opted to head back to the security room to wait there. Always remember to drop off your old Mega Buster so you can pick up a new one. This was about 20 minutes of waiting around, in Flexen and the security room. Once 7 AM rolled around, the hunt is back on. Exit through the vents and go back down to the warehouse. I opted to pick up the 2 cabbages on the roof, but that shouldn't be necessary. Go ahead and head through the warehouse and exit back out to Paradise Plaza. At 7 AM, a few survivors will have spawned. The first is Dana in Kids' Choice Clothing. Kill her with the Mega Buster. Unfortunately, she only has thawed vegetables, but hey, that's 3 blocks of healing that we didn't have before. Next up is Larry the Butcher down in Meat Processing. Head back to the maintenance tunnel entrance in Paradise Plaza and head down. Exit and use the white sedan to drive to Meat Processing. Once you've cleared the zombies, get ready to zone in. Larry is fast and it's extremely easy to take a lot of damage in here. Larry will rush you the instant you enter the Meat Processing area. Run away to get some distance and use the Mega Buster to take him down from a safe distance. I took more damage than I would have liked here. Larry drops a Spitfire, an orange, and a yogurt. That does mean we got a net health boost though. My inventory was full at this point and there was still a lot of food on the ground, so I opted to clear most of the zombies in Meat Processing and wait in here for a little while. You can kind of just clear one side and the zombies will mostly leave you alone. I opted to eat the low tier food first for full value, like the frozen vegetables. Once I had inventory space, I filled it up with better food and left Meat Processing with full inventory. Since we may or may not come back here again depending on how things go, I opt to pick up the 2 mall food milks in Meat Processing. Milks are full heals, they're high yield, just like orange juices. I like to do this to ensure we have enough food for the 24 hours outdoors we will do shortly. Once I had eaten my last low quality food, I grabbed the Spitfire and left Meat Processing. Exit Meat Processing, head through the maintenance tunnels and grab a car, and then exit to the parking lot in Leisure Park. Now again, we're ignoring the Hall family and heading out to the North Plaza again. We have to deal with Bill and Crislips' home saloon. Once you enter Crislips, go ahead and just start unloading your Mega Buster to take on Bill, who has a handgun. This was basically a wash for me. I got melted ice pops, but I took some damage. After you've got the ice pops, leave and exit out to Leisure Park. I guess technically you could skip this step and just go straight for the Hall family. Now it's time to deal with the Hall family. They are the largest yield of food in Infinite Mode, period. They usually hang out on the picnic table area and you should beat them at their own game by sniping them from afar. Take out all 3 of them and you'll be rewarded with way more food than you can carry. This is where we do Outdoorsman. We are going to wait out here for 24 in-game hours. Since we need a safe spot to wait this out where zombies can't get us, go ahead and jump onto the roof of the picnic area. We're going to make a small food stockpile here. Drop anything on the roof that's flat so it won't roll off. Collect all the food from the Hall family. Each member of the family has a golden brown pizza, cookies, and an orange. I would strongly recommend organizing your food into piles. Make a pile for high yield food that are full heals like golden brown pizzas and well done steaks. Then another pile for low yield food like cookies and snacks. Unfortunately, you'll have to keep the oranges in your inventory as they will just roll off the roof. You should eat the oranges first. We need to spend 24 hours outdoors now, uninterrupted. This means about 2 hours of waiting here. I opted to go ahead and collect all the mall food in Leisure Park just to ensure I had enough to last me the day. Jump off the roof of the picnic table and head to the flower beds that are on the way to the parking lot. Grab the snacks and cookies from here near the east benches. Then grab the other 2 sets of cookies from the other benches to the south. You may need to do this in a couple of trips and drop some food off at your picnic table stockpile. You could always just wait around here until you're down 3 blocks and then down a cookies or snacks as an alternative. Afterwards, I was kinda just bored, so I ran around looking in trees for apples. There's one east of the benches, and you can take it down by throwing a rock at it. These apples are a massive pain to get, but 3 blocks of health is 3 blocks of health. There is another apple to the west of the pond. You can grab that one as well, but it really shouldn't break you if you didn't get either of those apples. In retrospect, I probably wouldn't bother with the apples. Once you've gotten those apples if you wanted, return to your food stockpile. This is finally where Dead Rising's Infinite mode gets really boring. All we're doing here is waiting on the roof of the picnic table and eating every 19.5 minutes or so. Again, like always, start with the low tier food first and save your high yield full heals for last. You can go ahead and keep a sniper rifle from the Hall family on you so you can check the time on the clock tower a lot easier. I easily made the 24 hours outdoors, and the achievement popped after 2 hours of waiting around. I still had plenty of food available, and not enough inventory space to hold it all. Another 10 minutes later, and I had consumed enough to carry the remainder of my stockpile. A bunch of survivors and psychopaths will have spawned during this 24 hours, but it's a good idea to restock on our Mega Buster before all that. Make sure you have your 3 health books, what's left of your Mega Buster, and the remainder of your food stockpile before heading back to Paradise Plaza. Make a quick stop past Colombian Roastmasters and head into Marriage Makers. Tad should have spawned in here. Go ahead and blast him a couple times and take his cheese. You can ditch the Mega Buster here for the cheese if you want. We're going to restock anyways once we get back to the security room. If you ditch your Mega Buster, use things like jump kicks if any of the zombies are in your way, and then head back up to the rooftop via the elevator, or the door by climbing up the right side and jumping onto the racks. The roof will be crawling with zombies now, but just avoid them and enter the ducts. Kill a little bit of time in here until you've lost about 6 health blocks, and then eat Tad's cheese. Now pick up a fresh Mega Buster, unless you're a boss like me and go in bare-fisted. Head up to the roof to find that Lindsay, the one responsible for this whole fiasco, has died. She has dropped an uncooked pizza, so grab it and head back downstairs. We aren't actually going to bother cooking this pizza as our inventory is still full. Wait until about another 3 or so health blocks have gone down, and then just down the frozen pizza. Do not confuse it with a golden brown pizza. Eat the lowest yield foods first, remember? Once you've downed it, inefficiently, grab the Mega Buster. We're gonna move again. It was about 2:30 when I decided to move. You'll find that we have a bit of an inventory space problem during Infinite mode. We actually have too much food and not enough inventory space. The goal now is to take out Rich, who is currently residing in Carlito's hangout at the food court. Go ahead and head through the roof, cross the warehouse, and then into Paradise Plaza. The Paradise Plaza to Wonderland Plaza shortcut works in Infinite mode, so go ahead and use that. Head to the restrooms in Paradise Plaza and take the shortcut. Now just head south from the restrooms to get to the food court. I just climbed up and shot Rich in the back and then took his milk from him. I was feeling confident and didn't feel like lingering, so I dropped my Mega Buster for it. I then left the food court with no weapons and headed back to the security room to resume waiting. At around 5:50, I downed the milk, got my full heal, and grabbed another Mega Buster before heading out again. This time we're going to face off against Sniper Carlito. From the security room, use the door, and exit to the entrance plaza. Track down Carlito and just gun him down with the Mega Buster. Clear out any zombies between him and you, and loot your sweet, sweet food rewards. This Carlito drops a corn, a snack, and a well-done steak. Your inventory is likely full at this point, so it's time to make another, albeit much smaller, stockpile. Clear the way to Ned's Knickknackery and open the door. Drop your food in here, and then collect Carlito's dropped food. Carry this back to Ned's Knickknackery and shut the door. This is a safe place, and it conveniently also has a clock, so we can watch our lives slowly tick down. As always, eat the low-yield food first. Once none of your stockpiled food is left on the ground, it's time to move again. Once you've temporarily sated Frank's absolutely irrational hunger, move back to the security room to grab a new Mega Buster. At 7 p.m., Joe will spawn outside on the rooftop. This was about 20 minutes after I ate the last of Carlito's food. I chugged an OJ, grabbed my Mega Buster, and left via the air duct. Joe has a gun, so you'll have to get her away from the zombies and avoid her while getting down to the roof level. Once you're free of the zombies, just turn around and blast her with the Mega Buster. She should go down without much fuss. Joe drops a lettuce, a melon, and a zombait. Take this food and move it somewhere, and then use your Mega Buster to clear the roof of most of the zombies. Wait out here until you can down the melon and the lettuce. Save the zombait for later. It's a full heal. Once you've eaten both the lettuce and melon, ditch your Mega Buster and grab the rest of your healing items. Head back into the security office. Greg will have spawned in here now, because you left to kill Joe. Drop a healing item in here and grab a new Mega Buster. Head into the back area and threaten to put Greg back on that Space Rider. When he resists, well, you know what to do. Gregory will drop a grapefruit. As per usual, wait around here until you can eat the grapefruit. Afterwards, you probably still have one extra full heal on you now, so make sure you wait another 20 minutes and then consume another full heal. You should now have the 3 books, 1 Mega Buster, and the rest of your inventory full of full heals. This means it's time to go on the hunt again. Leave the security office through the ducts. Then from the roof, exit to the warehouse. Beth will be in here. She was giving me the slip until I dropped down and promptly ate a shovel to the face. Then I showed her what it was like to be a Mega Man fan when Mega Man X7 got released. Yikes. Beth has a Japanese radish, which heals for 3 blocks. Just chill in here until Frank's missing 3 health, then down that radish and pick up whatever you dropped. Now head back out to Paradise Plaza once again. If Beth was up, that means Kent is up too. Kent can be pretty dangerous, and Paradise Plaza is pretty big, so you'll have to hunt him down. Embrace your inner predator. He was outside Children's Castle for me, but he may be somewhere else. Avoid the handgun bullets and keep your distance. Kent's Dragon Kick can deal a lot of unnecessary damage. A couple of Mega Buster shots and he's down for the count, and for your trouble, you'll get a pie, a coffee creamer, and another well-done steak. Kent is technically a psychopath after all. As is the custom, it's time to wait around again. There are a few safe spaces in Paradise Plaza, but the easiest one is the Lens Zen on the first floor. It conveniently has a clock, and you can just stand on the counters to largely avoid any zombies that may trickle in, but that shouldn't be any real issue. Coffee creamer and a well-done steak basically means 40 minutes of waiting around since they're full heals. Then an extra 5 or so for the pie. Fun times ahead. Once all of Kent's food has been consumed, it was about 6:15, and with no food left on the ground, it's time to move again. This time, it's to the entrance plaza to take on that old drunkard Gil. Head to Men's Storehouse on the first level to find Gil just kinda hanging out. Take him out with the Mega Buster and collect his box. Unsurprisingly, this wino has wine on him. I didn't feel like waiting around in the entrance plaza, so I opted to ditch my Mega Buster again, and I picked up Gil's wine. Then I safely made it back to the security office by using jump kicks and knee drops to avoid the few zombies in my path. Once inside again, it's time for, you guessed it, more waiting around. By the time I could get a full heal out of Gil's wine, it was about 9:45. I chugged it, grabbed a new Mega Buster, and headed up to the roof, because unsurprisingly, there's someone else to murder up there. Josh will make a mad dash to try and smack you, but you can just blast him with your Mega Buster and take his grapefruit. Trade your Mega Buster for the grapefruit. Then head back down to the security office and wait around until you can eat said grapefruit. This is probably the best bit of advice, but try not to fall asleep. Once those 6 blocks are refilled, grab your Mega Buster and exit out to the roof via the vents. The goal right now is Colby's Movieland. Pass through the warehouse, pass through Paradise Plaza, and head north into Colby's Movieland. Since I was wearing the rest of the Mega Man outfit, as per our unlockables, I went ahead and finished out the ensemble with the helmet. Frank is pleased with this decision. Afterwards, it's off to Theater number 5 to find Jonathan. A quick snipe from the Mega Buster, and he's down. Oh joy, another milk, and therefore full heal. See you all in about 20 minutes. Oh, look at that, 20 minutes later. Pick up your Mega Buster again and leave Colby's Movieland. The hunt never ends. Head through Paradise Plaza and exit out to Leisure Park. The convicts will be out at this point, and you're free to kill them or not, that's your call. The main goal right now is the food court, so just head there. As soon as you enter the food court, you should find Steven, complete with his weapon cart. I guess he locked himself out of Seon's. Whoops. Snipe Steven with the Mega Buster from a safe distance and collect your prizes. Woo, prizes! You'll get a zucchini, a nectar, and another gallon of milk. Frank's taken Go Mad to the extreme. In typical fashion, go ahead and make a food stockpile. That's a spicy meatballs kitchen area is a convenient place as no zombies wander up here. As per usual, down the low yield food first, which will be the zucchinis. Once you've downed Steven's food, say goodbye to the food court forever. We shan't be returning here. Make sure your inventory is filled up with full heals on top of your 3 books and the Mega Buster. Now leave the food court to Leisure Park. Of course, cross through Leisure Park to Paradise Plaza. Ross folk will have spawned in Toon Makers, but ignore him for now and instead head up to Colby's Movieland again. Head into Theater number 4, the purple one, to find 2 women. They'll mysteriously die from gunshot wounds. Who did this? You can loot their food, which includes cheese and a squash. Once you've consumed those 9 blocks of food, ponder the mystery of what happened to these 2 girls, and exit back out to Paradise Plaza. Head forwards and enter Toon Makers on your left. Take out Ross here, even though he's a good boy. He's got a high yield orange juice, and unfortunately, we need it. Your inventory should be full, so go ahead and make another stockpile in Universe of Optics by the clock. Drop something off here, and then head back for Ross's orange juice. An orange juice on the ground means 20 minutes of waiting around. Hey, that rhymed. Once you've chugged that orange juice, it's time to move again. Your Mega Buster is probably low, so go ahead and make your way back to the security room. As soon as you enter the warehouse, you should encounter Kay. Promptly take her out with whatever you have left in your buster, and she'll drop a corn. Ditch your Mega Buster for the corn, and head back up to the roof. Enter the security room via the vents, wait until you can eat the corn for full value, and then grab a new Mega Buster before heading outside again. The endless hunt resumes. Exit through the warehouse, and back down to Paradise Plaza again. Exit to Leisure Park. We're going to Crislips Home Saloon in the North Plaza. As soon as you come in, Jolie will attempt to use Castle Doctrine to stop you. Ice her with the Mega Buster. Jolie, unfortunately, only has frozen vegetables. Ditch your Mega Buster for a minute, grab the veggies, and then climb to the top of one of the racks. Wait up here until you can get full value out of the frozen vegetables. Should be about 6 health blocks. This will happen well before they melt and lose any of their value. I opted to go ahead and eat the Japanese radish and orange that are in Crislips Home Saloon here, almost entirely because there's just a bit of time to kill. After this segment marks the starting point for the food court glitch. I did not verify this myself, and it may just be an incorrect internet rumor. Maybe one day I'll test if it's true or just a rumor. We are at a point now that there's more than enough food in the mall to finish without having to resort to the wine in the food court. I would just not enter the food court at all from now on, just to be safe. Back on topic, there's more people to hunt down, murder, and take their food. Leave Crislips and head through the North Plaza until you can zone south to Wonderland Plaza. Head up to the 2nd level to find Brian outside of Philo's Photos. Take him out with your Mega Buster and eat his red cabbage. you may have to wait around for a little bit to get full value out of it. Once you're done with that, head back to Paradise Plaza. Take the shortcut in the restrooms to avoid some headache. Once you're back, head back to the warehouse and up to the rooftop and back into the security room. Since it's day 4 now, zombies will be crawling around in the security room, so it isn't 100% safe. It's safe if you keep both the doors shut, but just make sure you're aware that zombies will be inside the security room from now on. Cut through and head to the rooftop. You'll find Todd. Take him out, grab your worthless thawed vegetables, and head back inside. Use pro wrestling moves to kill the zombies in your way, and then eat the frozen vegetables once you've lost 3 health blocks. Then pick up a new Mega Buster. Exit out the hallway via the not welded door to the entrance plaza. You'll have to kill zombies in here to get through. Use the Mega Buster. Immediately turn to your left and enter Jam and Juvenile. Take out Simone Ravendark. I'm having a vision. Is she gonna drop a gallon of milk? Anyways, wait around for about 20 minutes to down her jug of milk. Grab your Mega Buster again, and then head back down to the security room. Head back into the main office with the clock and wait around until 7 AM. Once it's after 7 AM, a handful of new survivors will spawn, and one of them actually spawns right here. Go ahead and exit the security room and then zone back in immediately. Take out Chris right now and eat his food immediately. You should be able to right away. It's just a melon after all. With that, there's many more survivors to hunt down. Grab a new Mega Buster, then exit the security room again and zone down to the warehouse. Go ahead and blast Natalie Meyer from above and take her cob of corn. I use this as an opportunity to consume the 2 squashes that are in the warehouse as well. I cleared the zombies around and I made a little pile of low yield food to down before moving onwards. Afterwards, it's off to Colby's Movieland to ice Heather, add her baguette to the stockpile. Colby's Movieland actually has a lot of food. We have just under 3 days left, so it's a good time to stop taking a lot of unnecessary risks. We can still take out survivors and psychopaths, but it's a good time to start resorting to mall food. We've been at this for a long time at this point. It's better not to take unnecessary risks. There are a few safe places to stay in Colby's Movieland, but the easiest place is the concession stand. You can hop the counter, and the zombies just won't really bother you. They'll also be preoccupied with munching on Heather's juicy corpse. Or is Pamela the one with the juicy toque? Whatever. They both look the same. Use this as an opportunity to move all of the food in Colby's Movieland to a stockpile at the concession stand. Make sure to grab the pie and coffee creamer in Theater 2 and take it back to the concession stand. Then grab the baguette and coffee creamer from Theater 3 and do the same thing. Back to the concession stand. Theater 5 has a single cabbage, so make sure to grab that as well. Once you've stockpiled everything in Colby's, clear out the majority of the zombies around you to ensure safety, and just kinda chill out in here. The same rules apply as always. Eat the low value food first. We're gonna wait in Colby's Movieland until we've consumed everything in this stockpile. We're only going to leave once our inventory is filled with the 3 health books, the real Mega Buster, and the remainder is filled with full heals such as mixed juices and well done steaks. You should easily spend just over an hour in Colby's Movieland, which should easily take you over to day 5. The 5-day survivor achievement should unlock here. This also means you've gained access to the laser sword in the security room. It will spawn right next to the real Mega Buster. This is actually available right now during this Infinite Mode playthrough and will be available for any future playthroughs in Infinite Mode, 72-hour mode, and Overtime mode. Back on track, another 15 minutes or so went by before I could eat the last of the food in the stockpile. I had 5 well done steaks and 3 mixed juices here. Once I drank that last coffee creamer, it was time to move on. The hunt, as always, continues. Well, it can continue. Joe will have spawned at this point in Wonderland Plaza, and Kent will have spawned in the warehouse. There is less than 2 days left at this point, and our current stockpile of food is enough for about a day. We've barely touched any of the mall food, so it's better to just avoid taking unnecessary risks of fighting psychopaths and survivors from now on. Head up to Colombian Roastmasters and create a new stockpile by the orange juice cooler. Dump most of your food and do a lap around Paradise Plaza collecting the mall food in here. Grab the 2 baguettes and the orange juice from Jill's Sandwiches. Then head to Kids Choice Clothing and grab another orange juice. Now head back to Colombian Roastmasters and return to your stockpile. You should have 4 orange juices, 2 baguettes, and 2 pies here from Paradise Plaza, plus the 5 steaks and 3 juices you should have left. You should easily have enough food to last about 2 hours in Paradise Plaza. Once your stockpile has been depleted, you can move to Universe of Optics to keep an eye on the clock, but you shouldn't really need to at this point. I stayed in Paradise Plaza for a long time to ensure that the Indoorsman achievement would unlock. I was down to 5 full heals left in my inventory at this point before I decided to move. There is still plenty of mall food left to plunder. I exited Paradise Plaza and entered the entrance plaza at 6:09:52. Only 14 hours left, and we actually have enough food to make it at this point. After having stayed up for nearly 24 hours at this point, I didn't really think about counting my potential time left on my food. You should absolutely do that. Granted, your brain does start to kind of turn into mush while doing 7-Day Survivor, so I wouldn't blame you. The entrance plaza has potential food for us, but honestly, at this point, the highest yield of food is in Fresca Plaza. The best place to wait this final day out is in Flexen. Good old Flexen. The goal is to grab the various food around Fresca Plaza and stockpile it in Flexen. Make sure to use the automatic door and not break a window, because that way the zombies can't get in and you'll be totally safe. Start off by plundering a motherload of orange juice and hamburger fiefdom. Grab the 3 orange juices and drop them off at Flexen. That's an hour of food right there. Just dump them by the clock behind the counter. You can grab the milk from the back of Flexen and drop it here as well. You should have more than enough food in the stockpile to last the remaining day. If you are absolutely desperate for food, Colombian Roastmasters in Fresca has 3 pies and a milk. Then you can grab the cookies from the hardware store and the cookies from the jewelry store. If for whatever reason that still isn't enough food to get you to 7-Day Survivor, you can return to the entrance plaza. There's a ton of food in here, notably orange juices in emeralds and kicks for her. Then you can resort to eating the apple and yogurt in the closet. Then if you're still desperate, you can move to Wonderland Plaza, but you should be well over the necessary requirements at this point. And even if the rumors are true about the food court should still be available now. It should only be a day 4 thing, and we're very close to day 7, so you should be able to enter the food court and grab some wines from there, and that should be more than enough to tip you. I had enough food in Fresca Plaza, and I waited patiently for that final minute to tick down, all in the safety of Flexen. I still had about 4 full heals left, and I got a little frivolous in my eating towards the end. After that final achievement unlocked, a wave of euphoria washed over me. I reveled in it for a brief moment, then I ran Frank outside and let a zombie have his way with him. Frank died, surviving for 7 days and 7 minutes. I had stayed up all night and finished at 9:11 a.m. I saved my game and returned to the title screen. I checked the achievements and all 50 had been unlocked. 1,000 gamer score. Amazing. All of the achievements and all of the unlockables have finally been unlocked in Dead Rising, and you can safely mark it as 100% complete. And now that you're finished, you can finally play the game. Oof, 3.5 hours long. This was a big boy. And you, humble YouTube viewer, made it all the way to the end. I'd like to thank my Patreon supporters for your continued support of the channel. It means a lot, and your support goes a long way. Thank you. I'd also like to thank our Discord and livestream community for catching several errors and providing suggestions to improve the video. Thank you for your help in making this video as good as it possibly could be. Finally, let's go ahead and do the typical YouTube like and subscribe spiel. There should be some stuff popping up around now that you can click on. Recommended playing posts game reviews and in-depth step-by-step guides. If you're interested in more, you can go ahead and subscribe. I won't tell anyone. It'll just be between you and me.